Then comes everybody's favorite Hasan moderator, two-time rising star. Let's make it 3. Frogan. I'm sorry, but the two-time rising star thing is so funny. Like, you get that one.
Are you sure she's 2 times?
Yes, I even fact-checked it. I even fact-checked it. She won back-to-back. I shouldn't have to take it. We were taught that being a racist is the worst thing you can be.
Right.
And I happen to agree that it's a very bad thing to be. When it comes to Jews, it's like, oh, not you though. You're a Zionist.
I don't want to hear Hasan Piker explain to Asmongold what's going on in the Middle East. I quite frankly don't care. Instead, I'm going to be watching Ethan Klein explain what's happening in the Middle East, chat. Lots of Gaza tonight. Chat, are you guys aware that Ethan Klein has gone postal on our boy Hasan Piker? He's just been firing off comments for like the last couple of days now. And you can see Bobby plushies on display. So this is actually ideal-based content.
Okay, just a little bit more.
Okay, here's my goal.
You know it's going to be good when he starts head in hand. Are you aware that you have rights? The Constitution says you do. Most people don't realize that when you get workers' comp or an injury from a car accident, many insurance companies are trying their best to take advantage of how inexperienced you actually are. If you're injured in any way, you should know how to protect your rights. And that's where Morgan & Morgan comes in. The YouTubers I'm talking about today might not be able to sue over their bruised egos, but when you're seriously hurt, your injury can be worth millions. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm with over 1,000 employees, meaning they have the manpower and the resources to get you the best possible outcome. If you become their client, Morgan & Morgan does not settle for lowball offers. They achieved significant verdicts in the past couple of months for victims involved in life-altering car crashes, like $12 million in Florida, which was 34 times the highest insurance offer, and $26 million in Philadelphia, 40 times the highest insurance offer. Most importantly, the fee is absolutely free unless you win. If you ever got seriously injured, your case can be worth millions, and you're only a few clicks away from potentially changing your life. It's so easy. You can start your claim with Morgan & Morgan now by navigating to www.forthepeople.com/DeOrio. Link in the description. Thank you to Morgan & Morgan for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get back to it. The reality of the situation is my support for Ethan has been because he's been right for basically the last 2 years in almost every single drama he's been in. The video essay YouTubers don't want you to know this one secret trick that a guy that was like on the fence of being a lol cow 3 years ago has gone on probably one of the best runs I've ever seen. That's why I'm positive towards Ethan. I have no allegiance to fucking Ethan Klein or the H3 podcast. I just think since the Leftovers breakup where Hasan Piker and him split, I think like every single drama he's been in since then has been total Ethan domination. This guy has just collected W's for the last 2 years and just taken scalps. All right, it was funny watching him do the fucking Keffels and Tipster thing. It's funny watching him do the Hasan thing now. Even before that, he had a few choice debates. But again, this is the guy who couldn't debate and brought on Sam Cedar a couple years ago. He's held his own in conversations now. His show's more entertaining. That's where I stand on this. If Ethan Klein puts out garbage content or says something super nuclear, or even in this video, I have no problem calling it out. Unlike Bo Blacks, I'm not trying to sell plushies off of this guy's goodwill. Okay, I could give 2 flying fucks if Ethan likes me or supports my content in any way. He probably shouldn't for the good of him. But that's where I stand on Ethan Klein. It's entirely topic-based. Fresh and Fit, yeah, he did that one too. XQC copyright situation. Dude, nobody makes video essays about this. They'll talk about 100,000 reasons why he was bad 7 years ago, but nobody's going to talk about how the last 2 years this guy's taken nonstop fucking W's.
Going to get through this as quickly and factually as I can. I feel that I need to say this. I need to address this once and for all. And just, this is it, okay? So let's turn off chat because...
Like, dude, if you look at Ethan Klein right now and compare him with, like, where iDubbbz is, it's, like, shocking. It is absolutely jarring. I think that's probably the most clear comparison, is, like, Ian just continued on his current trajectory, and Ethan just pulled, like, a hard dub, like a hard U.
I'm going to be quick and factual. There's no fluff. I want to get through as fast as I can. this is not something you're interested in. Obviously, I understand. I would suggest you refer to timestamp.
Dude, you know what the crazy part is? The main takeaway that a YouTuber would have about the fucking Gaza conflict is it literally caused the breakup of the Leftovers podcast. As fucked as that is to say, like if you asked any YouTuber like what's the most they've researched the Israel-Palestine conflict, it's like to fact check the Hasan Ethan Klein debate from 2 years ago. And this guy's gotten so much crazy shit from this. Hasan's audience is dude, Hasan's audience was making the same Gila Klein killed kids IDF jokes that like far right people were doing. It was like insane. It was like, is this a Hasan Piker Redditor or is this like a fucking 4chan user?
Stamps or catch our Friday show if you don't want to watch this. Totally understand.
Oh, I have a legit question. Why does Ethan always blink and make weird faces? He actually has Tourette's. That's the reason why he does that.
Before I begin, I would like to address a couple of points that I know will be brought up. One that I hear a lot. Why don't you talk to Hasan about this privately? I did text him a couple of weeks ago after I saw the clip of him saying that he had no problem with Hezbollah. I texted him that I thought it was pretty disappointing and disturbing the way that he was. I'm on no sleep, sorry. What's the word? He was hyping up Hezbollah. And granted, when I texted him that, I said, you don't have to respond to me. I totally understand because it's unsolicited, criticism. I get it. But I was kind of hoping to open the door to a more personal conversation. He did not reply, which I took as basically just like we're on the opposite sides of this issue and talking isn't going to really help, which I get. And I agree. That's probably where we're at, unfortunately. But I did try. And again, not to blame him because I said you don't have to respond, just so you know. I felt I needed to tell you this. So like, it's not like.
To be clear, Ethan, we all are happy that you're doing it publicly. I don't think there's a single person here in the chat who's like, dude, you ought to solve this in private. Again, what could be said that wasn't said in their public debates they've had over this? Or their, I think Hasan's talked about Ethan on stream as well.
Okay. And in fact, we haven't spoken in a few months. We've spoken very little since the show ended. Obviously, this is what I don't like. I've been taking these stupid little pot shots at him and Instagram stories and stuff. Something happened over the past few days that really fucking set me off and made me get kind of just like determined to finally just do this once and for all.
What is Bunty King to you? A person? Who is Bunty King?
Nicholas DeOrio?
Obviously, things have gotten more strained between us as time's gone by. And after some recent events, which I'll get into, I find it impossible not to say anything. People don't need to speculate about our relationship, about our opinions about each other. I just want to address it now openly, bluntly. As a person, as a friend, I respect Hasan. I don't think you need to choose between us. It's not like that. In fact, it's not personal at all. I am seeing a concerning rise in anti-Semitism and a normalization of it in a way that I don't think Hasan is anti-Semitic, but I do think that stuff he does contribute to it. Well, and I know that's a big claim. However, I hope that you will watch this through. I believe.
What do you mean? He streams on Twitch. It is now the second most anti-Semitic live streaming platform to be.
It's well supported, and I feel that it will be persuasive if you listen to what I'm saying. So please, at least give me the due. Give me your ears for a moment to hear me out. Feel free to disagree with me all you want, but yeah. But again, like it's not. I mean, Hasan can do better. He can conduct himself better, in my opinion. It's possible that we could be friends again down the line. Or not that we stop being friends, but we could be friendly again or more on talking terms. I don't know, down the line. But at the moment, he is like the lead. He's kind of like the most prominent voice on this issue. So it's not personal. It's literally just addressing where this is all coming from. Another comment that I read all the time that I want to address up front, and it's kind of the heart of all the problems that I'm having here, is that I hear all the time. In fact, this was the top comment on a thread on our subreddit, is that with all the terrible things.
By the way, if you go, half the battle is watching this shit. As much as I meme like the Reddit stuff in the last segment, most of this battle is occurring on the subreddits. I was reading some insane shit on Hasan's subreddit of people talking about like the H3H3 community and shit. Like you could just sit there and start reading through schizophrenic people's ramblings on both the H3H3 subreddit and the Hasan Piker one and be entertained for at least a couple hours. There is some funny shit on there. I might even pull it up later.
Things happening in Gaza, I can't bring myself to care about anti-Semitism. Which I understand the sentiment, right? There are terrible things happening in Gaza. However, these are the people who are nonstop trying to convince everybody that Zionism is not Judaism and convince themselves that we don't hate Jews, we just hate Zionists. So when I complain about anti-Semitism, why is it that it always goes back to Israel? It seems that they're the ones that are confused about Zionism and Judaism. Because again, if I'm complaining about anti-Semitism, what does that have to do with Gaza, or what does that have to do with Gaza? You know what I mean? Apparently, according to them, nothing, if they're not related. This is a confusion that is...
Why am I seeing Nick on H3H3's side more often? Well, Ethan actually gave me his Jewish gold. That's why I am supporting.
It's at the root of the problem I'm having of contributing and rising anti-Semitism that I'm seeing is this usage of the word Zionism, which is basically become a catch-all.
By the way, can I just say, he's 100% right. They're using the word Zionist as like a TOS. This is like when they say in Minecraft after they make a death threat. When they say Zionist, they fucking mean Jews. All right? Like, I'm sorry.
It doesn't mean much. And it has a whole spectrum of meaning. As I'll show, it can mean, like, if you look at a leftist Israeli...
I'm sorry, he gave me his Zionist gold.
You ask them what Zionism is, they'll tell you, a lot of people tell you it's Western expansion, like settler expansionism, right? And they say, oh, I'm anti-Zionist, I'm against that. Where the idea of like, you know, taking Israel off the map, they'd be like, that's insane. Like, obviously, no. So are they a Zionist? Or is it a Houthi pirate that Hassan's been hyping up?
Oh, shit.
And a Houthi flag that says curse upon the Jews and death to Israel. Is that Zionism? What does it mean? What does it mean? People call me a Zionist all the time on the internet. To what extent does it... the extent of my Zionism is this. Do I think Israel should be wiped off the map? No. That's the extent. And that's all it takes to hit me with that catch-all. You know what I mean? I find it's turned into a slur. I'm going to get into all that. I hope you guys will listen. I'm grateful to everybody who's a fan of both of us. I hope you will not take this personally. It's completely reasonable to be a fan of both of us. And I'm grateful that you're able to put aside whatever perceived difference.
Bro, fuck the fans, dude. Holy shit. We need to call Keemstar in here to give you some advice on that.
We've had and able to enjoy both of us.
Wait, that means two things now, I guess.
If you decide you can't watch.
Dude, back in Keemstar's heyday, he was like, fuck the fans. And now that he's 50 years old, his position is, well, I'm gonna fuck the fans. Dude, Keemstar has not changed. He's the same. Only he just made it more explicit.
Understand. Love you. Know that processing things that are happening in the news is extraordinarily difficult. I will not judge anybody for walking away. Perhaps at this point in time, it's better for both of us if you do decide to do that. However, that being said, I do hope you listen to my presentation before deciding to depart. But once again, this is something in my heart that I feel I must communicate. And so that is what I'm doing. And I also want to say to everyone who's expressed their support to me over the past 2 days, I am extremely grateful. Thank you. There was a point when I felt like literally nobody supported me, and it was just my own community was like, I felt gaslighting me and just completely shitting on.
So what Ethan's
beliefs.
talking about right here
However,
is that he built a large crossover audience with Hasan that he essentially had to shed and has now rebuilt his audience. You know what's the big thing that I take away from Ethan? Usually when a lot of people turn around, because I've had this conversation with like Augie and Tom and a bunch of others where it's like, I think Ethan's pretty based now. I think the majority of his takes are good. Seems like he's got a good head on his shoulders. That discourse with people that we've gotten into huge feuds with in the past is usually reserved for people who are like royally fucked, whose careers have been obliterated. This sounds like, hey dude, I think John's really going to do good this time. Or, hey dude, I think Def Noodles really has completely tossed a 180 up. Like, he seems like a completely different guy now. But usually, when these people seem like a completely different guy, it's at the point where they have literally nothing left, right? Very rarely do you see people 180 as hard as Ethan. And he's like still just as relevant as ever, if not more so than when he had that. Because I think at the time I made the second video, he was bleeding like 10, 20, even 40,000 subs on some of his channels at the time, despite releasing that really big Keemstar video a few months earlier, right? Ethan has like built Trisha Paytas's crossover audience, shed them, grew again, fucking crossed over with Hasan Piker, shed them, built again, and the guy has just remained successful the entire time. It is super rare that we see stuff like that.
There was a very hopeful push towards some more healthy discourse that I felt encouraged by, and I want to thank the people that. Because,
dude, it's not easy to like become like. I think one of the biggest things that me, Tom, and Augie have been trying to do, and me and Augie doing it less so, is trying to build up our own audiences separately so that when we all stream, we all have viewers. That's kind of the plan. Not appear too much on everybody's streams. We're still obviously friends, but we're not going to collaborate every single week because we're trying to build our own shit, right? If I got into a fight with them, that would kind of suck. Like, I got into a fight with Augie one time, and the fucking audience is back and forth. It's just not kind, right? When I got into a fight with Tommy, I had like viewers who'd watched me since 2018 telling me what a scumbag and a piece of shit I've always been. In fact, I still haven't unbanned Speedy Bird, and I will not be unbanning Speedy Bird, just to be clear, right? It's a unsettling feeling when you recognize a name calling you a douchebag because you're fighting with a friend. It's like a double whammy, right?
Who did that, and so thank you. Yeah. Also, I want to say to Hasan that I appreciate all the times you've defended me from your community. I know I'm not one to hold someone responsible for what their fans do, as you probably know that our audience does crazy shit. However, I do think that while you tell everybody to leave me alone.
Look at Bo Black. All right, well, Bo Blacks didn't have any fans, to be clear, so it was a lot bigger of a problem when I was fighting with Augie. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't really see that with Josh.
Whatever it is you say, that's your rhetoric, your tone, the way you carry yourself on this topic is the reason why I'm being harassed by so many people online, a large part of your audience. So let's start from the beginning. Here's an album of the stories, just to catch you guys up to date. This started with this tweet I saw. By the way, I pulled this last night just to see where it was at. When I posted it, it had like 30,000 likes. It says 90,000 likes, 2 million views. I never heard of this guy. But,
dude, this tweet.
No, it's from, first of all, Comrade Casey.
Bro, this guy got banned for this.
Comrade Casey, the guy who is a fucking absolute creepy weirdo who was posting Hamas simping shit via love. It was so weird. This dude. Anyway, you guys remember that whole thing. He typed in and said, please stop talking about me.
That might not have been the guy who got banned. I apologize. I think the Houthi terrorist got banned. My bad. I'm getting mixed up.
While continuing to talk about me. Very good. And again, I'd also like to wonder, what the fuck is it exactly I've said or done to like belong in this image? I know what you're saying, right? What have I done? I continually ask myself, why am I being held up with these group of people?
Dude, you licked the Wailing Wall, you fucking monster. God. Did I not ask you nice enough?
I don't respect you.
And anyway, Comrade Casey said, I'm assembling team. This guy, Hasan Piker, said, I hope they commit Suicide Squad. And, which I found, I'm like, wow, okay, so 90,000 likes telling me to kill myself for a belief. And again, this is part of the problem. Like, what have I done? Like, why am I in these memes getting 2 million views of me telling me to kill myself? Because apparently I'm like anti-Islam or I hate Gaza or whatever. I mean, Asmongold was just blasted for saying horrible shit about like, I don't remember the verbatim, but he said something like Muslim culture or Arab culture is inferior, which is insane, right? It's fucked up. It's insane. When have I ever said anything like that? You know what I mean? Never. Okay.
So, well, he said these huge black dudes were all strapped and they were all armed. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. All right. I'm not going to pull up a fucking Ethan Klein meme from 2015. I'm sorry. Oh.
Anyway, but since when is telling people to kill themselves like normal? And again, part of the irony of this whole thing is that on the left, they're basically willing to undermine everything they believe in. I guess at the behest of going after Zionists because they see Zionists as subhuman. They see them as Nazis. They've given each other permission and consent and the green light to essentially target whoever they perceive as Zionists with whatever abuse they deem necessary because they're Nazis and they're killing children and innocent people in Gaza. That is my problem. Anyway, I responded to this tweet telling me to kill myself with 90,000 likes. I said, deranged shit, telling me to kill myself with 36,000 likes at the time, 36. What exactly as I said or did? Nobody has ever been able to tell me. Moving on to the next one. It made me think of this tweet from...
Well, you ended the leftover podcast, so that's actually why.
Our wonderful Houthi pirate, the cute Houthi pirate that Hasan interviewed.
Holy shit, dude. Can I show that? It's a drawing. That doesn't always make it okay.
I remembered this tweet he put out. Just a cute tweet from our favorite Houthi. Same people telling me to kill myself love this guy. And that's true. They do. They love him. Hasan interviewed him. He hypes him up even as recent as like this week. Okay. This is a tweet he put out. The execution that we will carry out on all Zionists. And it features somebody whose arms is tied behind their back and they've been impaled by a spike through their asshole and up and through.
I mean, like, you can't defend this. He's 100% right. It is unhinged to still be supporting that person. Keep in mind, right? He's referred to this person as like Anne Frank up to like 2 days ago. I'm sorry, bro. I don't want to moral police who you can and can't be friends with, but I feel like this is like a career liability, right? Come on, bro. He's 100% right here.
Your mouth. Now, I would like to know what people go. Hasan talked to him, and he said he's not a Houthi, and he says he doesn't hate Jews. Why is it you understand how this works?
They never do. They never do. Dude, Mouthy Buddha made the fucking Jewish question where he made a video where he said Hitler was a decent man. Okay? And he's like, I'm not a crypto-fascist. That's what they always do that, bro. Every single time.
Like, do you really think that if I asked this guy, like, tell me what do you think a Zionist is, that he would have some nuanced answer about the difference? I mean, as you'll see, this kid is a rampant anti-Semite and a violent Houthi terrorist, which I will prove to you guys in my opinion, beyond a shadow of a doubt. However, so like this kind of rhetoric, frankly, disgusts and scares me. People call me a Zionist. People call my wife a Zionist. It's my family. This is my children's life. Okay, and this is a guy someone who I considered a friend, is talking about how cute and funny and awesome he is. Well, the immediate reaction to this was our subreddit getting mobbed by Hasan fans and probably snarkers, overwhelming the comments, overwhelming it. Now, here's where they say, top comment, this dude isn't a Houthi. He literally said it in an interview with Hasan. Like, how fucking obtuse are you, seriously? Like, David Duke,
that's so funny.
Says he's not a Klan member and he doesn't actually hate black people. It's like, okay, so I guess he doesn't. Like, are you fucking dumb?
True.
Okay, I'm getting too emotional. I'll calm it down. But yeah, obviously, he isn't a Houthi. He literally said it to Hasan. Okay, great. Also, this is the part that they go after. This tweet is fake. Dude,
please explain the Ethan Klein and Hasan drama using Fortnite terms. All right. I got to think about this one. Let's keep going.
Just like Ethan, you morons have been duped. Now, I'm thinking to myself, I saw this tweet. I remember it. This is a real tweet. What's going on here? Then people uncritically start accepting it. Wait, for real? Jesus Christ, the misinfo is nuts. Then they respond, yes, and psychophants that are willing to believe Muslim Arabs are inherently evil will fall for this, like Ethan. Now, excuse me. I said this kid's a piece of shit and all you heard was Arabs are evil? I mean, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? Like, why is that what you heard? Continuing, here's a Hasan. Both of these, this guy's a Hasanabi head flip.
Chat, does anybody know the song they use in those fucking Fortnite memes? The AI Fortnite memes? Does anyone have any idea what that song is, bro? It's this one. This is actually super important to the content. I need this.
How Keembot made Boogie Fort a stream. The incident, referencing claims that Boogie faked low HP sickness, which he later...
What is that song, chat? I need to figure that out.
Honestly, it's really sad watching Ethan slip into this rabbit hole and showing his bias. Brings back memory of that forsaken leftovers episode when he wouldn't even engage with Palestinian plight and kept saying, "What
that is not Runaway by Kanye West."
But essentially,
that's the other one. You're getting trapped.
And this is just an excerpt, but the whole chat was like, "This is misinfo." Ethan's like lying, and this kid is innocent. He would never tweet this. He would never ever tweet this. Moving on to the next one, I did a tiny bit of research and I found the archive. Thankfully, I would have lost my mind if I didn't, because I swear I saw it. Here's the tweet. It happened. The execution that we will carry out on all Zionists. Here it is from this kid, July 23rd, 2024. By the way, he's banned on all social medias, and there's a reason for that. It's because he's a fucking terrorist and he posts shit like this.
Based.
That surprise anybody?
Wait, not based.
I said, I posted something that was true, and because it went against their dogma, they swarmed our subreddit to accuse me of lying with zero evidence, and people uncritically believed them. That to me is disturbing, and that to me is dangerous. Here's a post that, again, doesn't have a lot of engagement, but I was struck by the fact that it had minus likes, excuse me. As I said, I'm getting over something nasty. This person said, so all the hate speech and threats of violence are fine because there's other horrendous violence. It's okay for everyone to post violent hate speech because violence exists. Please explain. These can be bad without there being a comparison. It's not a zero-sum game. I don't want atrocities, violence,
bro!
and I don't want hate speech.
Oh my god, dude, that was so
close.
close.
You guys are okay with seeing people threatened,
Shit, I couldn't lock in, sorry.
kill, spare people alive. All hate stuff is bad.
Good night, sorry for the crappy mic.
Apparently a controversial opinion. This world's so fucked. And this person was getting downvoted. And it's like, dude, this is in my own community. The consensus I should just take the anti-Semitism and keep moving, and how dare I even complain or acknowledge it, is so absurd. I invite you to imagine even saying that to another minority group, and then being applauded and upvoted and cheered on for it. You know where you see that? Fucking probably 4chan, or MAGA threads.
MAGA threads.
Where you see white supremacists talking about other races and stuff where they're just shut up and take it. And once again, what does anti-Semitism have to do with Zionism? If I'm talking about anti-Semitism, and your response is, I just don't care because of all this stuff.
Dude, he's got a whole ass manifesto here of shit to pull up this whole time. This is great.
How is it related? You're the one conflating Zionism and Judaism, and you do it all the time. Next. Here's another one, Hasanabi head.
Dude, I don't get how is Hasan wrong in both like the Ukraine and like interacting with fucking terrorists now? Do you remember his fucking statements like, oh, dude, Russia's never gonna fucking invade Ukraine like the day before they invaded Ukraine? How has he fucked up this in both wars?
I thought Ethan said he wasn't a Zionist, right? Fuck Zionists. For real, fuck Zionism. He is. I mean, again, there's a famous clip of him calling the West Bank a Palestine terror city. I'm not sure what that one is, but again, I'm willing to address anything that comes up. I thought Ethan said he wasn't a Zionist. So they're saying, like, why should he care about... Hold on, let me make sure I'm doing this in order. So they're saying, in response to the spike, this person being impaled by a spike to death, and him saying, I want to kill all Zionists like this, they say, why should Ethan care? He's not a Zionist. In fact, this is proof he's a Zionist, because he doesn't like this. I thought Ethan said he wasn't a Zionist, right? Fuck Zionists. And again, reminder, this is a picture of someone being impaled from their asshole to their mouth. And people are saying, fuck Zionists. For real, fuck Zionists. These people are essentially co-signing these threats of violence.
This is such a copy fucking thing from the chatter. It's like, Ethan says he's not a Zionist, but like, everybody calls Ethan a fucking Zionist from that entire community. It's obvious that, like, yeah. I mean, Ethan's obviously super insecure because people call him this all the time. Obviously, he thinks he's like categorized in the same level as those people because that's how the terminology has been used when describing him.
While calling me a Zionist. Because I apparently care about people being spiked up the asshole.
Yeah, dude, bass to mouth.
FBI crime stats. This came out, I think, just last month. Jews make up 2% of the population and 15% of hate crimes in America. Must be
all right. Let's not.
Nice for people unaffected by anti-Semitism to tell Jews it doesn't matter. It must be nice to have that, to come from that place of moral superiority when you're completely unaffected. It's quite stark. I mean, African-American hate crimes are still number one, but for the proportion of Jews making up like 2% of the population of America, the fact that they're number two is pretty stark. So again, you'll hear, this kind of relates to a statement Hasan says. Maybe I'll pull it up now, okay? One sec. Hasan says 16 in the doc.
I think what's crazy about this
he's
is
talking
that, like,
about honestly at this point I don't even remember what me and Frogan were arguing about, but he's...
You know what's crazy? This is the first H3 podcast where I haven't heard a single member of the team. I haven't heard Dan. I don't hear AB. This is just Ethan. Gila's not here.
Basically defending Frogan. Do you remember what happened, Dan? Is Dan there? What happened with Frogan? I literally don't even remember the details of it. You don't want to say it. That's fine.
Bro. Oh my God.
Followed her.
I say what?
You unfollowed her, and then she talked about it in Discord.
Is that what he's talking about? Oh, this is from the first one? Yeah. Okay. So then that's what it's about. When I unfollowed her, and then she said I hate Arabs and stuff in Hasan's Discord. And instead of, and this is a mod on his channel, instead of, having a word with her about, what's going on, he actually chastised me. For what? Let's see.
By the way, Frogan is wrong in every single drama. Frogan is ontologically evil, and there's nothing that she can say that I will agree with.
And is very frustrated and very emotional in this moment, but doesn't recognize that, like, perhaps a Lebanese woman who's a hijabi in the United States of America could also be very emotional in this exact same moment. You know what I mean? Like, that's what's so... And the reality of the matter is, anti-Semitism is an unacceptable form of bigotry, whereas Islamophobia is a very acceptable form of bigotry. So being the bigger person in this situation, regardless of your feelings...
So anyway... and God forbid you actually read an anti-Semitism, despite, by the way, the fact that, as I pointed out, in reality, or not the opposite, because there is Islamophobia.
Yeah, that's actually that's like the first time I've heard that excuse used. Usually they say like Ethan Klein should not be allowed to respond to Frogan because Frogan, after years of streaming, has amassed a pitifully small audience. Dude, that's what drives me insane, because that's one of the main criticisms that Ethan gets that I just do not understand at all. Stream went down. Refresh.
As I perceiving it, is absolutely false. I've never seen more open anti-Semitism in my life.
I'll wait for everyone to get back, then I'll tell my point.
Whole life. The way that it's being normalized by the left and the right, and it's being kind of, in a case like this, he's normalizing it. He's normalizing it, he's greenlighting it. Again, FBI stats. Jews are number 2. 2% of the population, 15% of all hate crimes. Okay?
Yeah, so typically when I see stuff like this Frogan shit, it's not like, obviously it's acceptable to bash Muslims, it's not acceptable to whatever. The normal thing I usually see is Frogan is this really small content creator who's been a complete and total failure. So someone large like Ethan Klein going out of his way
Nicholas DeOrio
to attack such a small content creator like Frogan is just not fair. It's not allowed. You'll see a lot of this stuff too when it comes to like responding to a person on Twitter. I disagree with this. I think that if you send me a psychotically worded email, I reserve the right to post that shit on social media any day of the fucking week. I think if you talk shit to me on social media, I don't give a fuck, dude. You're the one who opened that dialogue. If I quote tweet you, you should cry about it and stop whining like a little bitch. All these people want open dialogue. All these people want to talk shit. And then they cry when like bigger YouTubers like Ethan Klein and stuff respond to them. And this is something I even see at like a micro level on YouTube now. Right? It's actually delusional.
This is all I'm here. This is what I hear.
Crazy about
this to me is
like...
disgusting. Frankly, it's disgusting. It's a disgusting thing to say in the face of rising anti-Semitism, which once again apparently has nothing to do with Zionism.
Ethan is
so. Why is it that like when Stop Asian Hate, that movement happened, when these terrible hate crimes were happening to Asian people during COVID, of like random acts of violence in New York City and elsewhere, the people like Hasan. Excuse me, and left rallied behind them. Nobody said, well, there is a chance China let it out of a lab, so, maybe the problem is that you need to get a hold of China. Maybe you wouldn't be getting punched in the face if China wasn't locking down its country and whatever. That's what I hear from people like Hasan.
Can I just say real quick, there's a few things I want to say, but I want you to finish. I know you have a lot to get through, so I'd rather say it at the end, but there are a couple things.
Okay.
Wait to response.
Okay.
Dude, did AB just interrupted Ethan? What am I gonna do? AB just interrupted Ethan to say like, hey dude, I just want you to know, I don't want to interrupt you, alright? So I'll talk at the end. That was such a useful interjection, AB. I think that was great. You should do that more. Hey dude, I just wanted to say like in about 45 minutes, I'm gonna have an argument, okay? Good.
Emotional in this moment,
Did I not ask
but
him nice enough?
I don't respect you.
Doesn't recognize that like perhaps a Lebanese woman who's a hijabi in the United States of America could also be very emotional in this exact same moment. You know what I mean? Like, that's what's so... And
once again, comparing actions, I quietly unfollowed her to avoid any problems. She was posting what I perceived as sympathetic posts, encouraging and glorifying Hamas violence against Israelis. Didn't want to see it? I unfollowed her. She started making a huge scene and including going into Hasan's community as a moderator and
this is like entirely Frogan's fault. She created this whole situation and acted like a demonic fucking crybaby.
saying, I hate Arabs. The actions are not equal, not even close.
The reality of the matter is anti-Semitism is an unacceptable form of bigotry, whereas Islamophobia is a very acceptable form of bigotry. So
again, her problem with Islamophobia is worth listening to. It's very real, and we have to listen to her. And frankly, she can't really do anything wrong. It seems like no matter what, because she's emotional, or she's a woman who's wearing
Bro, tell me this guy is not fucking awesome now. Holy shit, dude.
hijabi. He said, I don't know how to say it. Hijabi.
Yeah.
And so therefore, what?
Just
he gets
like
to pass
that.
on everything, and I never get to complain about anti-Semitism, even though Jews on a whole, according to FBI stats, there's more hate crimes against Jews than there are at this moment than Arabs or Muslims, according to FBI stats. Now, I'm not saying it's not important. I'm just saying what he's saying here is factually wrong. It's just an outright lie to make it seem like Jews are complaining about something that doesn't exist, even though they are. And it's a gaslighting campaign that continues to go on. That's my take on that part. Going back. I'm skipping around a little bit, trying to make sense, but we're getting there. We're getting there. If you guys want to look, the whole FBI census was posted recently, the new one, and it's interesting. I mean, check it out if you're interested. Must be awesome and nice when literally you don't care. Do you think it's normal? So now the question goes to like, so first they said the tweet was fake about the killing Zionists with a pike. Okay, that's proven real. But then they say, well, he's not a Houthi pirate. He's just like a cool, awesome Yemenis kid who's kind of just like good kid, Mad City or whatever. Kendrick reference.
Thank you, Ethan.
Not now, Ethan. Do you think it's no? So I'd like to explore that accusation that he is not a Houthi. Okay, let's look at some of the evidence. Here he is with the AK and combat fatigues. Now, in poverty-stricken Yemen, do you think it's possible to get Yemeni? Thank you, Yemeni, not Yemenis. Do you think it's possible? Or do you think it's likely to get an AK or an automatic assault rifle in Yemen, poverty-stricken, if you're not affiliated with the Houthis? I mean, Houthis, guns are expensive as fuck, and
dude, this isn't America. You can't just go to the fucking store and buy one, dude.
It's kind of surprising, dude. And I just continue, dude. There's so much evidence this dude is Jew-hating terrorist. Just say you support the Houthis. Stand on your shit. Again, I respect that. Just say you support the Houthis. Which his son does.
Are we gonna find out that Destiny sent him all this information?
So here he is with a rifle. And
in case you don't know, I think Destiny's community, I know Dan's been promoting it, made like a DanClancySucks.com website where they're saying that like it's just a ton of clips of fucking Hasan Piker just saying like the worst shit ever, and Dan Clancy obviously being the CEO.
Okay, maybe he found that. I don't know how you get a high-powered rifle in Yemen without being affiliated with the Houthis, living in Houthi territory, but maybe he found it. I don't know.
You know what's crazy is if he did just out and out be like, yeah, I'm a fucking Houthi terrorist, what are you going to do about it? Right? Hasan would be like, well, it's like the time I bought a big house, you know? Yeah, dude, I'm a socialist, but like I unfortunately have to live a capitalist lifestyle, dude. It's just like the painting or it's just like the political cartoon that always hits my feed.
Here he is on.
Like, I mean, listen, I mean, I obviously would rather not be a Houthi terrorist, but it's the world that I live in. These are the cards that I dealt. You're going to punish me for being a Houthi terrorist?
On top of a boat. Ship, we bombed a ship. This is him on a boat in the sea that was commandeered by Houthis. Here he is. This is a translation that it wouldn't translate for me in the pictures, but feel free to do it. It says, ready to sacrifice, longing for martyrdom on top of a pirated vessel. Maybe he's talking about something else. I don't know. Longing for martyrdom, ready for sacrifice. Who knows? Maybe he's talking about something else, you know? It's possible, right? Here he is singing a little ditty on TikTok that goes, do you threaten us with what we are waiting for, son of a Jew? Nice little ditty there. Once again, clearly making a healthy distinction between Jews and Israelis. But just because he told Hasan through a translator once that he doesn't hate Jews, just Zionists, we're going to give him a pass. He's a good kid. And actually, we should prop him up. He's awesome. He's hot, by the way. Cute kid. So that's good. Yeah. That's fucked up. And now I'm giving myself a note to look at number 12. One moment.
Did I not ask you?
What I dislike most about Hasan is how he paints Americans as racist, xenophobic bigots, but since he doesn't say that verbatim, he weasels around.
Most about Hasan is
I forgot. $20 reads now.
Racist, xenophobic
Thank you.
bigots, but since he doesn't say that verbatim, he weasels around that criticism.
Yep.
He paints a propagandist's image of what America is.
Yep. You get that out of Willie's videos. Willie's done awesome videos describing exactly that. By the way, yeah, I don't know if you realize this. $20 is text-to-speech.
Here he is. Now here, this is from a story. This is from the interview Hasan did with him. At the time, I have to admit, this interview blew my mind. I thought that this would be a bridge too far and that Twitch would step in and do something. He's interviewing a terrorist. And it's not that he's interviewing a terrorist, because I've seen Hasan try to deflect this saying, oh, CNN reached me, BBC reached me, they want to talk to him, therefore it's real journalism. Hasan did not ask him one critical question. In fact, the opposite. It was a complete puff piece where he sucked him off, elevated him, was uncritical, and
dude, he gave like a Just the Robot style interview for a fucking terrorist.
Even in the moments of
a terrorist that he probably was also trying to I'm kidding.
Absolutely insane statements like this. He essentially covers for him and acts like ignorant.
Chinese people, but one of the captain was Chinese, and he did caught with them, and he danced to music with them, and he was vibing, so he likes him, yeah.
So I mean, what?
Yes, he just admitted to being a terrorist who's hanging out with hostages. That's literally just what happened. And Hasan knows.
And then Hasan's like,
that's
so crazy.
Yes, it is.
They're
so
just
crazy,
chilling with the captains. Like, I don't understand.
You don't understand? Do you think anyone would just get access
That's so wild, dude.
to hang out with like these hostages? Why would he be hanging out with hostages? I don't know. But Hasan does a good way of deflecting it and being like, oh no, this is just funny, silly stuff. You know what I mean?
I don't respect you.
Awesome. Moving on to the next part. Here's more terrorcore tweets, I like to call them, from our
Hello,
friend.
Nicholas DeOrio. Are you having a Brad Autumn?
Hell yeah, dude. I don't know what that means, but yes.
The cute Luffy in IRL. There's a couple more for you guys to enjoy. This one is whatever. This one is the ships we bombed and sank. Okay.
Dude, people say my fucking laugh is fake. By the way, it's 100% real. Okay? Hasan's laugh is fucking fake, dude. I don't know what the fuck that is.
Him, because he's not a Houthi, but apparently they bombed and sank stuff. To every Zionist, I will put this into your stomach. It's him once again with an assault rifle, looks like an AK-47. So that's the second death threat he's made against Zionists, and of course, as we know that he loves in his song, "Son of a Jew, we will kill you." There's a healthy distinction here between Zionists and Jews, and therefore, why should I care at all that Hasan is propping up a dude who's threatening to kill Zionists? Who clearly
I'm wondering, like, how does Hasan respond to this in any way? He's not going to. He's gonna fire up a stream tomorrow and be like, dude, Ethan made a bunch of points. I'm not gonna get into him here. I reached out to him privately, or obviously this is just an unsalvageable situation. It's sad all around, and then he's just gonna go on with a stream, right? Son of a Jew, yeah.
There's no healthy distinction between the two. And he continues to blur the lines between people who say Zionists and people who mean like normal ass people who aren't fucking like genocide committers, and opening the door to rampant, blatant, open anti-Semitism of the guys using the slur Zionism, which has no fucking meaning, no definition, because it's so broad, it's so nebulous, it means nothing. And it can be employed 1,000 different ways, 1,000 different people, and people use it just as a matter of fact, like everybody knows what it means. People started calling Bernie Sanders and AOC Zionists. I forget why, but they did something that everyone perceived as being pro-Israel or something, and now they're Zionists. And it's like, well, I know.
Honestly, chat, if you guys got nothing better to do, fight the good fight, all right? Help out Ethan, because as stupid as this sounds and as dumb as fucking Hasan looks in this situation, I guarantee there's fucking hundreds of thousands of people writing absurd shit right now on social media defending this fucking degenerate, all right? Listen, we're gonna be the Oreo pirates, all right? We're
They're not, I know AOC's not a Zionist.
We're not terrorists, chat.
You know what I mean? But according to him, we need to kill her. We need to put her on a spike.
We're the homie pirates, dude.
We need to put AOC on a spike, kill her, shoot her with a gun. That's what Hasan thinks is not a problem. Moving on. So I don't know. Is he affiliated with the Houthis? I mean, listen. At this point, I believe that it's impossible to deny. I do. I think it's impossible to deny that this kid is affiliated, deeply involved with the Houthis. He's on ships. He's blowing up ships. He's hanging out with hostages. He's walking around with guns, combat fatigues.
Did I not ask you nice enough?
There's enough evidence, all right, to at least be like, hey, you know what? Let's not fucking spike Zionists, okay? But no, his fans, here's what they do. They first call me a liar that the tweet's not real. Then, once the tweet's real, they say he's not a Houthi. So, also you're lying. There's no point to which reality catches up with these people. There's no point in which me presenting facts, disputable facts, will change their mind that whatever they're obsessed with is real and that me, a Zionist, is lying. That's the beginning, and that's the end. Maybe, and then I see people, the next part of the argument is this. So, you're lying, it's not a real tweet. Okay, it's a real tweet. Well, he's not a Houthi. You're lying about that. Okay, fine. He might be affiliated with Houthis, but Houthis are actually awesome. Seen Hasan say,
no, it's slippery slope. I'm gonna lie until I can't lie anymore, and then once I'm done fucking lying, I'm just gonna own the position anyway. So it's a waste of your time to even get my confession.
That a lot, and I'll show it to you as I move on. Houthis are awesome. I've even heard people, the likes of Norm Finkelstein, saying that they should be nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize, the Houthis. And Hasan very much is a fan of the Houthis, which I'll show. Let's start with the Houthi flag. Here is their official flag of the Houthis.
Bro, you know what this reminds me of? Do you remember the South Park thing? It's like, we're going to change the town of South Park's flag. And it's like, why? No, it's an iconic flag or whatever. They were doing the whole, the Confederacy flag fucking discourse. But like in South Park, it was literally just somebody hanging a black guy. And they're like, this is the iconic flag of South Park. We can't change it. Everyone's like,
The terrorist organization. It says, Allah Akbar, death to America.
Yeah, this is literally the meme. This is literally the meme, dude. Their flag says, Allahu Akbar, death to America.
Death to Israel. Curse the Jews. Victory to Islam. This is their flag.
What's racist about that? Like, you ever see this fucking skit? Let me see if I can pull this up. Hold on. Dude, this is what it sounds like listening to all these people defend the fucking Houthis.
I've said before, I find that flag to be racist and insensitive.
Chef, I respect you very much, but you have to understand that this has been the South Park flag since some of our ancestors, like my great-grandfather,
oh no, it's got so much historical significance.
Founded this land.
That flag represents a time when blacks were persecuted by whites. How can a black man not be bothered by it?
All right, Chef, I'll have my assistants hold up the flag. And
this is literally Hasan's fucking friend, dude. This is literally Hasan's friend. Holy shit.
Their pirate flag. What do you call it? There's a name for that.
It's a pirate flag.
It's like a catchy name for it. I think someone said. Whatever, it doesn't matter. It's their pirate flag. Death. Now again, a Jolly Roger. Thank you guys. Now again, Israel. Curse the Jews. Not a great distinction between Zionism and Jews. And this is basically their flag. So, I mean, this is equal to people who are trying to tell me, like, Hamas revised their charter in 2016, so therefore they no longer want to kill Jews. It's like, give me a fucking break. You would never run this kind of defense for the obvious dog whistling that you see by terrorist organizations. If it was about any other minority group. They changed their,
God forbid this was about a dude saying that the new Star Wars is bad. They'll start throwing around every fucking is and ob in the book. All right, but when they have a flag that says death to America, kill all the Jews with a fucking skull and crossbones on it, they're like, listen, we need to use some media literacy to understand what they mean by that, you know?
Actually, they didn't change it. They added a new chapter.
God forbid you don't like the new fucking season of The Boys, then you're a neo-Nazi. But, I mean, listen, it does say death to America, but that can be interpreted differently.
They didn't even change the original charter. It still stands as it is, unedited. But they added like a new chapter that's like, actually, we don't hate Jews, we just hate Israel. In 2016, when they realized how important information warfare was happening online, on TikTok, on Twitter, and of course they were right, we can all see that they've been very successful in that, in spreading that. It's gone all the way up to Hasan, which is now accepted form of discourse that Hamas somehow doesn't hate Jews because they up. Anyway, besides the point, this is the Houthi flag. Thank you. The Houthis were in the news for sentencing 13 to public execution on homosexuality charges. There's a common theme here. In Houthi-controlled Yemen, here they are doing a Heil Hitler.
Holy shit, dude. What the fuck? Holy shit, dude. Yeah, this is getting me mad. Unironically, that thing was a joke right now that I just did with Star Wars, but they literally will call you a fucking neo-Nazi for not liking the current fucking Marvel slop. If you make a video that's too long critiquing popular media, you obviously hate Jews and black people and women. And these guys are literally fucking heiling Hitler in Town Square. And Hasan's like, listen, all right, they're going through a lot right now. You know, people are dying over there. It's actually so annoying.
Is there any other explanation for this other than just doing Heil Hitler? Taking an oath of allegiance to the Houthis.
Dude, you didn't like the new Daredevil trailer?
Yeah, it certainly looks
okay,
like
sick.
But okay. Maybe they're just fucking, maybe it's just a coincidence that the guy with in their flag right here that says curse upon the Jews.
Well, dude, I've literally, a video that's too long. Dude, I've seen people call Mauler a Nazi because his fucking Doctor Strange video is fucking 6 hours. People were probably saying the same thing about JXE for posting the Doctor Who video.
Is doing a Heil Hitler. But at any rate, they're executing gay people publicly.
You ever see the meme where they go after Mauler and they say like, somebody didn't like the movie Joker and they call them all neo-Nazis for sitting there and reacting to the video on EFAP? I've seen that tweet like 15 times. It gets posted like once a month.
It's not cool. They are taking votes indiscriminately. Another talk about you hear about these terrorists is that they're only targeting Israeli-controlled ships affiliated.
Oh, Hasan had called the EFAP the Nazi kill stream. He literally did that. Dude, Nazi behavior isn't when you're fucking heiling Hitler in Times Square. It's when you're long podcasts where you have English person speaking.
With Israel.
Jenny Nicholson was the person, yeah. Jesus.
In fact, Houthis are taking boats indiscriminately. They are terrorizing the entire sea there. And once again, a huge number of these ships have nothing to do with Israel. Here's an excerpt from this BBC article. The Houthis initially said they were attacking ships connected with Israel or headed to or from there. However, many of the vessels have no connection with Israel. Major shipping companies have stopped using the Red Sea, through which almost 50% of global seaborne trade usually passes, and are using a much longer route around southern Africa instead. So, once again, people run defense for the Houthis, Hasan included, saying, as I'll show you later, that they only target Israel ships. It's not true. Not only that, they board these ships, they take hostages, and then, guess what? They disappear. We don't even know where the fuck they are. They kidnap people. None of them Israeli, by the way. And apparently they hang out and have parties with this.
Yeah, like I've seen
kid. But other than that, we don't know where they are. We don't know what they want. We don't know if they're alive.
I've seen this image right here.
Guys over at the Houthis.
Like 150,000 times on fucking Twitter, where it's just like Jenny Nicholson, I did not like the Joker, 33 minutes. EFAP 59, responding to Jenny Nicholson, well, I didn't like the Joker, 11 hours, followed up by like calling Mauler like a Nazi, like a crypto fascist or something.
Here's a CNN article about them imprisoning shipping crew hostages indefinitely. Let's take a look here, just for your enjoyment. Hope is fading for imminent return of the international crew of the cargo ship hijacked by Houthis in November. The senior Filipino diplomat saying he does not expect a release date until the war in Gaza is over. Houthi-owned helicopter hijacked the Galaxy cargo ship November 19 in the Red Sea. So yeah, they took these hostages. None of them are Israeli. In fact, I have a rundown of their nationality here. Hostages taken from the Galaxy. Yeah, thank you. The hostages comprise of 17 Filipinos, 2 Bulgarians, 3 Ukrainians, 2 Mexicans, and 1 Romanian. 22 hostages, 0 Israelis, 0 Americans. I mean, even the only European one is Ukrainian. Yeah. And so, what did I say? What did I say? Anyway, what I meant to say, 2 from Bulgaria and 1 from Romania. That's correct. Okay. Yeah. Sell back the hostages, or you know, just, I don't know. But that's what's going on with the great guys over at the Houthis, kidnapping random working class people from random countries. And by the way, may I say that crew is extraordinarily more multinational. I mean, we should be what a
exit out of the video. No, dude, I remembered the last 3 things that he said. Oh god, I hit the wrong button. I remember the last thing that he said, and then I hit show transcript and I typed it in, and it immediately kicks the timestamp right back up, and we're right back in.
There. Ugh, excuse me. Here it gets better. The Houthis have been arbitrarily kidnapping aid workers helping in the famine in Yemen. There's a terrible famine happening in Yemen. Terrible, terrible humanitarian crisis. But the Houthis have decided to start arbitrarily kidnapping people who are there to help the humanitarian crisis. They're charity workers. And once again, just like the hostages, they're kind of just disappeared. They don't know where they are, what's happened to them, if they're dead, if they're alive, if they're safe. They just kind of took them, and that's that.
Well,
this is.
I don't know what those terrorists are doing to the hostages, but historically they've been. That was a very insensitive joke. I apologize for that. I'm going to be visiting Israel and Gaza in the next year or so.
A press release from the United Nations. Just to read a quote here. The targeting of humanitarians in Yemen, including arbitrary detention, intimidation, mistreatment, and false allegations, must stop. And all those detained must be released immediately, they stressed. Yeah. So they're not, frankly, trying to help the humanitarian crisis happening in their country. And it's tragic. It really is. These are not good people. In fact, they're quite evil, it seems. So, with all that being said, I feel like I've established that the Houthis are a terrible group of people. I'm sure there's a million other things I could say about them. But Hasan interviews this kid who is almost certainly affiliated with Houthis and asks him a few hard-hitting questions. Let's take a look at some of them.
Okay, this is a stupid question. Okay, you can prep.
Dude, it's gonna get me so fucking annoyed to hear this guy softball this.
This is with that. Does he know what One Piece is?
اول شيء بقول لك انه ممكن هذا السؤال يكون شوي اهبل بس بسالك تعرف شو هو ون بيس عمرك سمعت بون بيس
اكيد يعني منذ الطفوله وانا اشاهد ون بيس لوفي
Luffy? Yeah, he said he's been watching it since he was a kid.
No way!
Yeah.
Dude, I get why Ethan is so fucking mad. Wouldn't you be fucking mad? If they're calling you a fucking Zionist and this guy's tweeting like fucking images of like dudes getting fucking impaled, and then you like, oh, what is the critical lens that Hasan has interviewed this person through, right? And it's just like, bro, you know Luffy? No fucking way! You've been watching One Piece since you were a kid? Holy shit, dude, you're just like me!
Sick! Yes, that's fire. That's so fire. Oh my god, we think the Houthis, Ansar Allah, is doing what Luffy would do. You should tell him that.
بقول لك حسن انه اللي
So this is a meme he's saying. The Houthi pirates are like Luffy. Luffy, of course, is this irreverent, fun-loving, happy, lovable character who just wants to experience freedom on the high seas. And it appeals to youth, appeals to young people. And Hasan is working overtime to convince people that this child, who is a terrorist, not child, he's like 20. This kid who's a terrorist is just like Luffy. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I've only seen halfway through One Piece.
Luffy has never heiled Hitler, right, Chad? I don't watch anime. Can you tell me if Luffy's ever heiled Hitler or impaled Jewish people on a stake?
I don't know, but I don't remember Luffy flying this Jolly Roger. Death to America, death to Israel, curse to the Jews. That was not on his...
Do you remember the time that Goku was going to power up, but instead he screamed death to Israel and just fired a blast into the distance, and you just saw like a huge mushroom cloud, dude?
Jolly Roger. But once again, there's time for it to change. Apparently there's a big tone change in the second half. You know what I'm more interested in than sewing out that he's seen an episode of One Piece? The fact that he admitted to spending time with fucking Chinese vessel hostages that were kidnapped by the Houthis. You know, that would warrant a good follow-up question. But it's unabashed pro-terrorist propaganda that he's chosen, and that is what we're witnessing. This whole interview is frankly disgusting, in my opinion. It's shameful. Twitch should be ashamed. I don't know how he continues to show terrorist propaganda. It is quite alarming, and I genuinely don't understand it. And that's not even the worst of it. We'll continue. This is from yesterday. Okay. He compared this kid to Anne.
Yesterday, I asked you, who is Hasan Piker interviewing?
Right. Let's take a look. Is this from yesterday? Yeah, it's from yesterday. It's a conversation with Asmongold.
A teenager.
Who I denounced, by the way, in the strongest terms. The man said insanely terrible things. Accusing Arabs and Muslims of coming from an inferior culture is absolutely pathetic. And something that I deeply disagree and oppose. Okay? That being said, in this conversation, this is what Hasan told him about the cute Houthi pirate.
From Yemen, okay? Mm-hmm. Who everyone called, myself included, called Timothy Charlemagne or Chalamet.
Is that the One Piece one?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now this kid is like he was like 19 at the time when I talked to him, which means that for most of his life, he has withstood, right? Sure. But he is a
this is the one clip that we watched earlier tonight during the Asmongold coverage. Okay.
Whose only experience is like, it's literally like talking to fucking Anne Frank, basically.
No way! He's got the clip!
Okay, being able to talk to Anne Frank.
Please. Bro, this is gonna be so euphoric to hear him take this out.
In real time.
Once again, I find this comparison...
Dude, Ethan just got through the anime comparison, and he's like, okay, now we're gonna do Anne Frank. Once again, I find this comparison to be pretty fucked up.
In real time.
Dan, what do you think? AB, what do you think?
What is Bunty King to you?
A person?
Who is Bunty King?
Nicholas DeOrio?
Time.
Once again, I find this comparison insidious for a few reasons. First of all...
I keep naming people, but I don't know who else works there.
I don't remember this page from Anne Frank's journal, but again, it's been
I remember the page from Anne Frank's journal where she said death to America.
time since I read it. I don't recall this this picture of saying, you know, we will spike all Nazis through the all Germans through the asshole and mouth.
Yeah, the thing is, that's the thing, dude. If he said all Nazis, that's almost more fair, right? But like, it's not.
Gruesome death wasn't in there actually. Also, I find that conjuring of a Jewish victim of Nazi Holocaust is a intentional play to
to
further blur the lines of anti-Semitism and to try to take away from try to exploit the suffering that happened on the Holocaust, once again not related to Israel at all, to somehow this Houthi kid. He's cheapening what happened to Anne Frank, frankly. You know, this kid, I'm sure, grew up in terrible conditions. There's no doubt Yemen is in a terrible state. However, we don't, as society, as a species, while we can appreciate where people came from and why they turned out the way, it will never excuse violent, hateful behavior, right?
Dude, this is like when the pedophile goes like, dude, I was abused as a child. That's why I am the way that I am excuse right now that we're hearing.
We all understand that. We all know that.
What was that cut?
Violent, hateful behavior, right? We all
Oh, it was a cough. I thought someone just started gasping out laughing in the middle of that.
Understand that. We all know that. Anne Frank was an innocent girl who was...
Don't forget that AB called you racist. He wasn't employed by Ethan. Wait, what? Hold on. Let me see.
What is Bunty King to you?
A person?
Who is Bunty King?
Don't forget that AB called you racist for something that had nothing to do with race. He wasn't employed by Ethan. He would probably come at you for the stream. Dude, I'm sorry. I completely fucking forgot. Did AB call me racist? When? When he was Starkiller? I literally don't remember this. We're getting to the point where I'm starting to forget some of the early dramas because it's been so many years.
Whole family, including her, except her dad, was murdered by the Nazis. And once again, as I say this, I know people are thinking, oh, well, what Israel's doing to Gaza right now. Once again, I remind you, people who are trying to convince me and others that Zionism has nothing to do with Israel or nothing to do with Judaism, I'll remind you to take a step back and wonder, why is it you're thinking that? Because the Nazi Holocaust has nothing to do with Israel. It has to do with Judaism. So why am I being told not to care about this? Because of what's happening in Gaza. Make it make sense. Please. I don't get it. Yeah, I found this honestly disgusting. It's vile. And frankly,
oh,
he should be ashamed.
Did he say that?
He should be.
Did AB say it's
frankly,
clear how
again,
you feel about
Twitch
black people? When the fuck did he say that?
To be my friend, that's fine. But you know, if you're gonna snap about everything I say, I might as well fuck with you a little bit. Is the way I looked at it.
So you fuck with me by saying it's clear. Oh, it's a tweet.
You don't like black people?
Matt, you're gonna make a comment about how I don't like black people.
Did I say you don't like black people? Is that what I said?
It's clear how you guys feel about black people.
So wait, what about the first one when you went on a tyrant on Twitter? You went crazy because I tweeted something without saying no one's name. I said edgy channels who use the N-word, and then you went.
Medieval Madness is fire, Wavy.
Flip the hell out.
Because it was so obvious you were talking about Turkey Tom, and I didn't flip the hell out. I replied to you. Do you not? Wait, what is this, dude? Look at Augie in this, dude. He looks 3. Does this genius ever show the tweet?
I'm into his fucking criticism. You guys are not providing anything. And if you do,
God, everyone's like a child in this. Holy shit.
Yeah, so you think it is totally possible.
Mudahar was here for this debate. I totally forgot this happened.
To allow him to spread terrorist propaganda with impunity without even seemingly a warning. Here he is showing 2 weeks ago, this is again, once again, recent, shows Houthi terrorist propaganda video, the kind of stuff that kind of reminds me of like Al-Qaeda and ISIS propaganda videos that they would put out. That's just like, you know, well, I'll show it. Here's Hasan. And once again, if he's commenting on it, if he's critiquing it, that's one thing. But he presents it and he walks out of the room. He presents it with zero critical analysis, just a full-on endorsement of this terrorist organization right here on Twitch. Now, I don't know if you remember, but basically this is what caused the apocalypse on YouTube. Is that
damn
ads were showing up.
Oh, I heard he did this. He's making a comparison between this and the adpocalypse. And it's actually kind of warranted because like the PewDiePie death to all, you know, was the Kickstarter, even though it wasn't PewDiePie himself who said it. Just the fact that that was said created an adpocalypse. But right now, you're allowed to say whatever you want about Jews, basically with impunity, because of the current fucking situation. That's crazy.
Next to ISIS videos. And here is Hasan, their darling creator, who has tons of ads running on his channel, showing to his audience, who is willing to receive everything he's saying without much critical thought. No offense, but at least to the ones that were in the subreddit calling me a liar, that Houthis are awesome.
Yeah, like we took that fucking
2 weeks ago.
You did? Oh yeah, me and XQC both.
Oh no, damn,
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we did. I'm sorry, I need the money.
Oh, you want to see a Houthi musical?
Sure.
These were the people that
it's also because ISIS videos were on YouTube. No, it's absolutely not. It's because the biggest YouTuber on the platform was in a fucking controversy. They didn't fucking ban Scare PewDiePie because of the fucking... Dude, they were literally going after PewDiePie, giving a shout out, and they attacked ER in the thing because he gave a shout out to ER. No fucking way. It's not because there were ISIS beheading videos on YouTube. It's entirely because of PewDiePie.
Just so you know, these fucking...
Sorry, the sound pack is falling off here.
It's falling off.
I'll just put it on the table.
Okay.
Actually, it's fine. Yeah. Just make sure it doesn't fall. Should I put it on the ground?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Is that good?
Yeah, that's good.
Here, let's continue.
And musically gifted individuals.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry.
Let me read the words for you to enjoy. Now, once again, I feel that we should throw up. We disavow this video, Nate, because on YouTube, they actually don't allow terrorist propaganda videos to play. And I want to make it very clear that I actually do not condone this.
Yeah, wait, I know that. Dude, I was talking to Willie about this the other day. The video that PewDiePie shouted out ER in that caused the whole controversy, Wavy had a whole shout-out segment. That was so fucking funny to look back on, dude. Do you know that after that, he shouted out Ethan Ralph? PewDiePie was not lucky with the shout-outs.
Terrorist propaganda. I feel that we should throw up. We disavow this video, Nate, because on YouTube, they actually don't allow terrorist propaganda videos to play. And I want to make it very clear that I actually do not condone this. I think these guys are terrorists, and they're dangerous, and it's dangerous propaganda, and I'm watching it for critical reasons. Is it up, Nate? Yeah, throw that up when I watch this, because frankly, I'm risking my ass watching this clip. Yeah, fuck the Houthis. So he introduces it as a fun Houthi musical.
Musically gifted individuals.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry.
We do not care. We do not care. Make it a major world war. Great. Good messaging. Shooting,
To be honest, the only thing I know about ER's content is that he was there when we watched the Boogie documentary a couple months ago on EFAP. He seemed pretty chill. I just don't know anything about his content.
Their heart longs for master rifles and assault rifles. Very good. Very cool. He gets up and leaves his poor friend there in the trenches, taking Houthi terrorism propaganda to the dome. And I've seen this clip, man. This poor guy has no idea what's going on. He's obviously not very savvy with politics. And this man just left him fucking like George Bush when he heard 9/11 happen. You know what I mean? By God, I forbid myself this life.
This is fucking. Dude, honestly, this is. I want to put this full screen. You need to be able to read the captions to what he's saying right here. Let me move this over. It's like actually fucking. It's nutto, dude.
Ask your F-squints and they're showing what's his name? MB, the king, the new guy of Saudi Arabia, the crown prince. Apparently they want to kill him. There was a war there, and they want to kill him, so that's why they're showing him. MBS, yeah. Yeah, he's just talking about their military campaigns, and this poor guy, I wish I had this at a higher quality. Let's see. This poor fucking guy is like, what the hell is happening right now? By the way,
this looks like the kind of shit that I play when Augie gets up and he says, I'm going to go to the bathroom. I just pull something up to instantly get his channel banned, but it's Twitch, and you can actually show this.
Age of these kids dancing with guns and rifles, and how old would you say these kids are here? To me, they look 15. Just saying. The Houthis have child soldiers. They recruit them. They encourage them. It's part of their army. And
Bro put on the live leak video and left the literally.
Terrible lifespan. But he's not even a child soldier at this point. He's like 20.
Hasan walks back over with a big fucking bag.
Hasan comes back from the bathroom. We've now digested a minute and 10 seconds.
Dude, that's probably the most amazing Hasan chair moment that I've ever seen, where he just gets up and fucking walks away. Because he did it with like fucking terrorist propaganda playing instead of like one of our commentary videos.
Of unmitigated terrorist propaganda. Here they are holding up the signs, as I pointed out, that says death to Israel, curse upon the Jews, death to
There's a head in the bag? No way, dude.
America, right there on display.
A 3-minute video of, what do you mean a music video? When you said music video, I'm expecting like, bad example, Chris Brown dancing, you know?
No, they do like,
what is
they
this?
do musicals. They're very musical people.
Are you being serious?
They're very musical people. Oh my god.
Dog, what do you, look, you think I made this?
Isn't I know they're singing, but I'm seeing just guns and shit. This isn't a music video, Hasan.
No, it is. They do musicals.
Excuse me, bro. Have you not seen 50 Cent? 50 Cent's got fucking guns in his music video, dude. What, are you trying to say that it's fucking terrorism because they got rifles in their fucking videos? What would you say about the inner cities then? What do you think about fucking Jamaica Queens then? That's what's in 50 Cent's music videos, dude. You'd be fucking racist about it?
About like their fucking, like their actions all the time.
Yeah, that's called terrorist propaganda. They do it to package it in a nice way to appeal to a broader audience. And Hasan is doing exactly their bidding, more than they could have ever dreamed of, by broadcasting this directly into the main line of Twitch.
And they love walking over. They love walking over like the American flag and the Israeli flag side by side. They will always like march on it. I'm surprised they haven't done it yet.
We stormed Al Dude, military, Saudi military style. Again, they're just talking about their military exploits at this point.
He's not down with Chief Keef. No, not at all, bro. And they keep watching it. They're like, dude, pump that shit back up, bro.
He's saying they do not care about the heavy missiles. Like they will literally take the war to them no matter what.
Yeah, no, they're awesome. And once again, sharing very supportive, flowery, supportive language about the Houthis, who, as I've shown, is a disgusting, vicious terrorist organization.
It's an act of for them, it's an act of resistance. You know what I mean?
When your coworker wants to show you a video, it's like the meme where it's like, dude, this is the funniest thing ever. Worst video I've ever seen in my entire life.
Oh, for sure.
This poor guy, man. He did not sign up for this.
He's in OTK. And
I was wondering who he is. He's pretty funny.
Yeah, Nick Pollum.
Is he a WoW player?
Back in the days, yeah.
What does he do?
Yeah, it's he's a gamer. Originally a WoW player.
I don't know anything about him, but I thought he was very funny and likable in these clips.
Yeah, he's great. He's a funny guy.
Oh my god.
He wasn't mean to Hasan, by the way, or like judgy. He was just like, what the fuck is happening? So he handled himself pretty well.
Yeah, he's a funny guy.
Oh man.
Yes.
You know what? I also took a McDonald's sponsor and I drink Starbucks.
Ooh.
I'm sorry. Don't hate me.
Dude, I completely forgot that Hasan got like cannibalized by his own audience for drinking Coca-Cola like a few months ago. I completely forgot that happened. That's so funny, dude. He's not doing the boycott.
Good job.
So there it is.
Dude, Hasan is the real hostage in Gaza right now because he can't drink his Coca-Cola.
Yeah, that right there. Something similar to that caused the apocalypse on YouTube. Twitch, however, I think it's officially sanctioned by the CEO. I say that because he said Hasan's his favorite streamer. You really see filmed forcing the Twitch staff to wish him happy birthday. He seems, by all accounts, to be a big Hasan supporter. And God bless him. You know, he's the CEO. It's his ship to steer. Interesting choice, though. Now, when I saw this interview, I thought surely this is too far. Like something's got to give. He'll maybe get at least like suspended for a day or two, just so that just to make a point. Like, hey, let's chill out on the terrorist propaganda. Nothing.
Nope, because they're down with that. Fucking Dan Clancey loves watching it, bro.
And their continued, basically silent support of him has emboldened him, in my opinion, to get even more reckless and ridiculous with his platform. We'll move on to the next part. Moving on to this, he shows him another Houthi terrorist propaganda video of them hijacking. I'm doc 1 sec here, guys. 17.5. Oh shit! I closed my doc 1 sec. Let me open this. He shows him a video of when they board this vessel via helicopter and kidnap all these workers from different countries unrelated to the conflict in Israel. The Galaxy. Yeah.
What they really need is the coke from VidCon at Dick Masterson's house. That would solve the problem. Strippers and coke deployed out to the Middle East. It'll save the whole fucking country.
Sorry, I'm trying to find it. Yeah, it would be this one right here.
And Dick Masterson for good measure.
For waiting patiently.
We have to. Yeah, here it is.
How should I pull this up? Should I download it? Here he is.
Bro, they fucking.
Dude, oh my god, bro.
Look at this. They got the Palestinian flag that they painted under the helicopter with the Yemen flag. They fucking overtake. They start overtaking the ship. And they're like, guess what, dog? No more.
This is I've never seen this before. He's just doing play-by-play of them hijacking a fucking boat.
Trade to Israel. If you're an Israeli, if you're owned by an Israeli corporation, or if you are actually sending ships to the Israeli port of, it's not Eilat, it's the other one that is now bankrupt.
It's Eilat, but is suffering.
What was the other port? Haifa, right? Is it Haifa? Is Haifa the bankrupt one? Anyway, there's a lot of information. I can't recall all of it. But they go, if you
dude, imagine inviting your friend over and just watching fucking terrorist videos. This seems like a Sam Hyde skit. Doesn't it? Doesn't this seem like something Sam Hyde would do to iDubbbz during the documentary to make him uncomfortable? It's like, hey, dude, we're actually going to be doing our politics stream today. We're going to be watching 4 hours of terrorist videos, you know, just to say that they're bad and stuff or something. And then like just while he's watching it, he's like, this is awesome. This is so cool.
Who are sending ships into Israel? If you are owned by an Israeli subsidiary, if you're owned by an Israeli corporation, we're going to take over your ship. You cannot fucking use this trade route anymore. Guess what, bitch? It's our fucking territorial boundary, and we're going to enforce this until you stop doing genocide in Gaza. Because they say it. They're like, listen.
The problem so far, of course,
we're not a fan of you.
Is that he's either wrong or intentionally lying, although he's pretty savvy, so I have a hard time concluding anything but that he's intentionally lying. Because, of course, a huge portion of the ships that they've attacked, commandeered, have nothing to do with Israel. And I'll also say Israeli imports are slightly affected, but totally fine. West Africa and poor countries like that are the ones being hardest hit by this terrorism, raising the cost of foods on the poorest countries that need it the most, and limiting their access to. But the problem here is, of course, that he's just straight up lying. They don't just target Israeli ships. They're attacking everybody. And that's called terrorism. And apparently, as long as you put a Palestinian flag in your terrorist propaganda video and say you're doing it on behalf of them, you get a pass. In fact, the Palestinian cause is an important cause, one that I support. As I've said, I've donated. I support. I desperately want the war to end. And I'm heartbroken by all the tragedy I see there. But certainly, I don't see how this is helping anybody. And of course, he's lying. He's doing Houthi propaganda by lying about what they do and who they are.
You know, he's 100% into this. This is 100% his
thing. People that are like, no, we care about the Palestinians. We don't.
Ethan's 100% right here. I haven't heard a single thing I disagree with thus far. Like for the duration of this is an hour. We've been listening to this guy for an hour on like 1.25 to 1.5 speed, depending. I've literally heard nothing I disagree with the entire time. I know people get frustrated. They're like, oh, now all of a sudden Nick's gonna fucking defend Ethan all the time. But it's like, yeah, he's 100% right. Again,
we're gonna fucking
sorry
action, and we're gonna try to punish you economically to the best of our ability. And by God, they started doing that, and they were doing it real well. So they started taking over these ships. They started targeting the ships.
Appreciate the flowery language.
Bro, this is crazy.
Hey, where are you going? Whatever, blah blah blah. If you're trying to get in there, we're gonna fucking bomb.
Are there people on this helicopter right now?
Yes. What do you mean? Of course there are people on this helicopter. What do you think? It's a fucking drone?
Kind of from this angle.
No, there are people on this helicopter.
This is
by
like
the way, Bruce Tron, it does kind of look like a drone. Just saying. It was a reasonable question.
Yeah, they're flexing.
Here they are boarding the ship.
They're coming in hot with guns.
Yeah, but you have to understand this.
Literally,
is right? So, like,
a fucking CS:GO campaign. I feel like there's one of these maps for sure.
Modern Warfare, yeah.
Modern Warfare.
They just jumped on what is it called? That's the boat from Black Ops 2.
Play.
And show it to the world, so like other companies that don't want to risk having this happen to their product, having this happen to their ships, literally are like, okay, we're not going to use the trade route anymore. All of a sudden, if you don't use the trade route, trade gets more expensive for the West. All of a sudden, if you can't use that trade route,
for everybody.
the Israeli poor
Once
is going
again,
to get
a totally ridiculous reading of the situation. It doesn't just get expensive for the West, and the West can afford it. The West, you know what I mean? It's the poor.
What would happen if these boats had like fucking artillery on them and just blew that fucking ship out of the sky, that helicopter straight out of the sky? What would happen then?
Countries, the West African countries, that it gets expensive for, that it hurts.
What would Hasan say if they were watching one of these live and then fucking artillery blew the fucking helicopter out of the sky? They're genociding them again. They're genociding.
Way more. And in fact, like I said, Israel imports are relatively fine.
Bankrupt. Israel is not going to be able to get the materials in time that they need for waging their war. Israeli society is going to start getting upset. They're going to be like, I can't get my treats. I can't get my Amazon Prime deliveries. What the fuck is going on? I hate this. Israel sucks. I'm leaving Israel. That's the goal.
But again, I just have to comment, just kind of almost as an aside, but getting people to leave Israel, like 80% of the people in Israel are citizens who were born there. They don't have anywhere to go. This is part of the fucking problem with this conversation that I have to explain to people. The Israelis cannot go back to Europe. There's literally nowhere else in the world for them to go. As I said, Elo's parents were born in Israel. So it's like, you know, the country's been there almost, you know, coming up.
Wait, you're right. It would literally be the private property debate. Dude, obviously they needed that shit more than you did, okay? Just surrender your fucking boat and jump in the water. Fucking Westerner. Dude, nobody fucking steals from the ships unless they actually fucking need it. So why would you report them?
100 years. Like 80% of people were born there. Okay, who's leaving?
It's scary how fucking unhinged Hasan is in these clips. He has no empathy for regular workers on those ships. Dude, what? Do you fucking work for the company, bro? No, you're just a shipper. Just sit down and let the Houthis take you in. Okay, dude? Jesus. Just buy a fucking different boat, you know? Like, you guys are fucking rich. These guys are fighting for their lives right now in fucking... in fucking Israel, dude. Fucking, they're getting bombed right now. There's a fucking genocide, dude.
And I guarantee you the people in Israel would love to leave if they could. I'll tell you, I've known a lot of Israelis who are able to immigrate to America, and that's like the dream there. Trust me. You think they fucking want to be there? Most of those motherfuckers can't wait to get out of there if there's any chance. That's the truth. You know what I mean?
It's not fucking getting kidnapped. It's fucking retribution. I'm gonna ban you from my fucking chat. Don't you come back here.
Do we have the full video? I'm curious.
What are you, a fucking 3-month sub? You get the fuck out of here. We don't need your fucking money.
Finish because it. Well, anyway, I'll just describe it. The rest of the video shows them going through the ship with their guns drawn and essentially hog-tying these workers and taking them hostages.
Hasan became Australian, true.
From a grouping of countries, none of them Israel, America, or even Europe, with the exception of Ukraine. Most of them Filipino. Those guys are like, what the fuck? Like, what did I do? Thank you, Dan. Here it is. This is the video. And again, let's throw up the disavow, because here on YouTube, at least when you show when you show terrorist propaganda.
Dude, you know what the difference between Asmongold and dude, if Asmongold was like, I spoke to a bunch of my fans that were from these places.
What is
right?
Bunty King to you?
A person?
Who is Bunty King?
Nicholas DeOrio?
So like, Hasan should be suspended, banned, right? Like objectively?
Well, yeah, if you're arguing and like the Twitch platform should be even, I think if he got 15 days, I mean, I think Hasan's got to get some amount of days for fucking the boat thing, where he's just sitting here watching people hijack a ship. There's got to be a temp ban for something like that. I'm sorry. If there's no ban, you're just saying like, this is okay, we have a double standard for this. Yeah, obviously, 100%.
Generally results in an issue. I'm presenting critical commentary, and of course, this is the rest of the video. Yeah, they're just going through the ship, kidnapping people, taking the boat, yada yada. It's the whole thing. And so this is, again, the people that Hasan is uncritically hyping up as some kind of heroes, and totally. And by the way, everyone you saw in that video, by the way, who was being kidnapped, missing, unaccounted for. Where are they? That's part of the fun of being kidnapped by Houthis. Nobody knows. Where are the aid workers working in Yemen who are arbitrarily detained? Nobody knows. These are not good people. These are terrible people.
If 24 frames of Nick saw this, he would lose it even more. Yeah, but not more than he lost in the casino.
These are religious zealots. These are violent.
In case you're wondering, he had a gambling problem.
Terrible people that are making the material conditions in Yemen, as far as I can tell, even worse in an already terrible situation. And Hasan is here running cover for them, whitewashing them, making them palatable to a general audience in the West. And all of this, once again, reminding you of their flag. It says, "Death to Israel, curse upon the Jews." All of this contributes to a rising sense of anti-Semitism, of unsafeness that Jews feel around the world. And this, once again, blurring the line of the phrase Zionist with Jew. So there is that. Let's see what else we got here. catch back up to my spot. Deleted this part.
What did 24 Frames of Nick do? So yeah, the other day he tweeted out that Asmongold should be like hanging from a tree or something. What did he tweet? It was something about like hanging Asmongold. Like he tweeted like he said by the neck, chat. By the neck.
What is Bunty King to you?
A person?
Who is Bunty King?
So then I just reminded Nick that like he tweeted that he was suicidal. Or he was like super depressed to the point of like questioning his own existence. I think it was probably more fair than that, over fucking the criticism he got on his SpongeBob video. Maybe you shouldn't be throwing stones. And apparently Diesel responded to my tweet, and then 24 Frames of Nick reached out to him privately after not talking to him in these DMs for like 2 fucking years, and was like, hey man, don't you ever send me a message like that showing strength in times like that again. You're obviously a fake fuck obsessed with the face value drama. By the way, I'm telling a parasite to die because he shared 35,000 viewers that he doesn't care if they get burned alive at a hospital tent. Just wanted you to know the context because clearly you don't bother to dig deeper, despite being someone reporting on news for a decade and never reaching relevant status. So this guy is a total fucking psychopath, and I think he's awesome. I think he should post more. Apparently, he's got like hitters out. He's just like, if you tweet at Nick DeOrio, he's coming. He's gonna leave you a very mean message in the DMs. Yeah, he's put his whole existence on black. Let's see if it pays off.
And then, of course, the our lovely terrorist, cute terrorist here, was quick to embrace the meme. Now, I watched that interview with him. Even Hasan said in the fucking interview that he was surprised by how media trained he was. So why is everyone going to be like, oh, he said he's not a Houthi. He said he doesn't hate Jews. This man said in his interview he's surprised by how media trained he is. They know what they're doing. Propaganda is a big part of their arsenal. They're very good at it. But for some reason, when it comes to talking to this obvious terrorist, Hasan's like, hey man, I'll just take him at face value. He's super media trained. He won't answer any of my questions, but I guess I believe him. Give me a fucking break. Here he is, quick to capitalize. He said, I do not know who designed the picture, but if someone wants to join us in the operation of Israeli ships, we welcome you. Again, not 0 Israeli ships.
Holy shit, dude.
Applies. 0 Israeli ships. And here they are, the 2 amigos. Although in this case, they'd be not amigo. They'd be pirates. Thank you. Here's another one. He's loving it. Let's get this dude a Nobel Peace Prize, by golly. Fuck Israel. We are coming. We are coming. Ready for anything. And yes, just like Houthi. Or just like Luffy. Luffy. It does rhyme.
Dude, isn't it a shame that this fucking terrorist got banned today on Twitter?
But yes, unfortunately, it's hard to pull all of his tweets, although I found enough of them, clearly. But he was banned on all social media platforms. A lot of people tell you because he's being silenced, because the American government is what yada yada, and yada yada, corporate businesses, whatever. I mean, he was posting death threats against, So I think we can all agree that's probably a good thing there. So I don't know how many people still think this kid is awesome and cool, and, let's keep hyping him up. He's the man. Hasan clearly believes that as early as yesterday. He compared, once again, a reminder,
yeah, Ethan is slaughtering right now.
To Anne Frank. Yes, Anne Frank, who, once again, important to say, has nothing to do with Israel. Think about how you do that.
This is like Anne Frank from a Marvel What If novel, where if like Anne Frank was the concentration camp guard.
Your brain, and you'll realize the problem. Anne Frank was in an attic with her family, hiding from Nazis. Her entire family, including her, were killed, except her dad. She wrote about like peace and philosophy and all. She was a lovely young girl that wrote about lovely, beautiful thoughts in her diary. She persevered through all of it with like a very positive, hopeful outlook. And that's part of what is so striking about her diary that makes it such a time-held read. You know what I mean? This kid is a terrorist and he's posting death threats on Twitter. It's, and again, I know it's like, it's Saudi Arabia that's doing the genocide on Yemen, right? That's the war. Israel's never invaded Yemen. So it's like, it's almost like he's being like, oh, he's getting genocided. I don't know. It's all kind of a little nebulous. All the Gulf states were attacking Yemen, with U.S. support. Okay. Of course we had something to do with that. But regardless, I don't know. Now, if you want to compare whatever. Okay, I'm not going to split hairs here. So once again, yeah, when you say Zionist, I would love to know, what is it you mean? Do you mean it like the Houthis? Mean it? Or do you mean it like a liberal Israeli talking about Western settler expansionism? This is a conversation that needs to happen.
Everyone means it as Jews. Literally every single person you're talking about means Jews.
That's not happening. In fact, when a Jewish person like myself says that this is a conversation that needs to happen, I'm overwhelmed with comments telling me that because of what's happening in Gaza, we just don't have the bandwidth to care about that right now. Or, so what? All good. And I mean, listen, I don't even need the list. You guys have seen it, okay? You've seen it. You know what happens. So let's see. There's a few more. There's one it's related. Goddamn. And bye. Okay, fuck it. I'll just show you this. I don't want to show my screen because dude, this is so fucking dumb.
Was probably the funniest aspect.
Beautiful original art by a very talented artist, clearly. And it can be yours for $300. So.
Only 300.
Dude, that's a collector's item.
Yeah, man.
What the fuck is that?
To get this yarmulke. Can you imagine going up to synagogue with this shit
Holy shit. All right, back to what we're doing. Oh, no! No, we just hit... oh my god, I'm seething. Hold on, wait. Oh, god. I'm actually so mad. All of this to show a Trump yarmulke. Okay, here we are.
With this, so again, this is part of why I just need to talk about it. I know you guys don't like when I talk about Hasan. Well, I appreciate there's a lot of crossover, and I'm grateful to those of you who are able to watch us both. It's impossible for me to ignore that the majority of these people coming from are people coming from his community. Something his and his audience refused to reckon with. Hasan's whitewashing of that Houthi kid, says he wants to spare all Zionists to death, was frankly disgusting. I don't give a fuck that he's seen an episode of One Piece. I'd like to know why he's hanging out with boat captain Chinese cargo vessels, aka hostage. As more info has come out about this kid being a terrorist affiliated and being anti-Semitic, lots more. There's a lot more examples. Obviously, I didn't pull all of them, but I think I pulled enough. Hasan has refused to disavow him. In fact, the opposite. He continues to prop him up as a trustworthy, reliable, good guy to look up to and to consume media and messaging from. The reason I brought this up is because this was the guy who told me to kill myself on Twitter, and I suspected he must be a Hasan fan, but I didn't know. But then, so Comrade Casey, Hasan fan, the guy who did the initial tweet, Hasan Kader, this is chat from Hasan's Discord. They're all part of this community. I mean,
this is like a huge fucking post.
Just to emphasize, I know Hasan has tried to get them to back off. I know that we're not responsible for everything we do.
I'm still running the Creators for Palestine stuff. Dude, that was the funniest shit that I've ever seen. All these YouTubers just had like a fucking PNG of the Palestinian flag and posted on Instagram. Like, I'm a creator for Palestine.
Audience does. But for some reason, I feel that when our audience goes too far, I'm pretty quick to call them out and to try to stem.
Now, this is my first huge disagree with Ethan. I don't know why he's like... Dude... The audience responsibility thing, it's like, if you're showing terrorist propaganda on stream and showing people hijacking ships, then naturally you're going to attract fucking terrorists or people who like that kind of thing. And you're cultivating an audience that like thinks this terrorist behavior is okay. That's a time when you can criticize an audience, right? But like in general, just to try to police what your audience actually does is impossible. You're way too big for that. Banning someone on Reddit is not solving that problem. It's like when you're actively spreading misinformation or intentionally exposing people to insane degenerate shit and cultivating your audience that way, then maybe that's your fault. Yeah.
Bad stuff. But I don't know. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. That being said, there's, for whatever reason, I find a lot of anti-Semitism, anti-Zionism, weird, obsessive fucking harassment is pretty much 80% Hasan fans. That's just the empirical fact of the matter. But I know that, yeah, Hasan does rebuke the people who are saying things about me in chat. So obviously, not a personal attack, but certainly there's something in the water. Okay? You know what I mean? All right, so moving on to the final part, which is short, is Hasan denying rapes on October 7th. Popular
Bro, this is about to go fucking crazy. I've seen these clips, dude.
talking point, something that I've seen, supported by pretty much the most random, bigots on Twitter to like the most mainstream commentary people. Everybody is somehow caught on or agreed. Once again,
dude, have you ever seen this? Before we get to this section, because this is like the coup de grace, so I'm gonna pull away for 1 second to show you this. Have you seen DanClancySucks.com? It's a lot of the same information, so I'm wondering if there's any overlap here. Dan Clancy, obviously. Dan Clancy's Twitch is an anti-Semitic hellhole, and it's just a list of crazy shit Hasan Piker has said. So, like, this one is Hasan using an ethnic slur against Jews.
Do you think the Israeli state was just, like, peacefully coexisting, and then these guys came in with fucking gliders out of nowhere? Don't say fuck off, dude. They didn't deserve it, you fucking idiot. My goal is solutions. Your goal is the continuation of violence. You want way more than 260 people dying. You want every single Palestinian to be fucking executed ruthlessly in the streets so that you can build another fucking theme park in Gaza.
This guy only said 3 things, none of which implied that.
What did he say? Holy shit. You know what shouldn't happen? Killing 260 people at a music festival. Oh shit, dude. So he's just literally talking about the music festival. And then Hasan's reaction.
Continuation of violence. You want way more than 260 people dying. You want every single Palestinian to be fucking executed ruthlessly in the streets.
And then Willie Mack show just comes out of nowhere.
So that you can build another fucking theme park in Gaza.
This guy only said 3 things, none of which implied that.
You fucking baying pig. You fucking bloodthirsty, violent pig dog.
Jesus Christ. Wait, that's crazy. That is an insane. Dude, no one just, that doesn't just slide out, dude. That doesn't slide out. I didn't even know that was a slur.
Violent pig dog.
Who the fuck? This guy gets crazy with his slurs. He drops Gusano. He drops pig dog, bro. Holy shit.
Baying pig. You fucking bloodthirsty, violent pig dog.
Bro, this is like when they used the O word, bro. You had to know what that meant. Holy shit. Top political streamer on Twitch flat out denies any rapes happened to Hamas. Don't you love how it like has an animation?
And peace.
What rapes did Hezbollah do? Bro, what rapes did Hamas do? What are you talking about? Like, there is one instance in captivity that we have actually gotten verifiable evidence on. Beyond that, the systematized mass rapes that Hamas dealt on October 7, not a single bit of that has been verified. And people...
Jesus Christ, dude.
Still run with it over and over and over.
You know what's crazy is there's no YouTube link on here saying like, hey, here's information about what happened on fucking... Like, here's what happened there at the festival.
Again. Meanwhile, we know Israel has done it. What do you mean there's no Lebanese army? Hasn't America donated more than $3 billion to the Lebanese armed forces to advocate for its security, according to the U.S. Department of
State? Like, YouTube doesn't have that COVID thing. Like, you know the COVID misinformation thing where they just put up a paragraph of what COVID is every time you mention it? Dude, Hasan can literally just go and say, like, dude, there's no fucking rapes that occurred here, bro. There's only one example.
Yes, there is a...
There's no summary.
Ending Lebanese military, but it's basically nothing.
It's an archive channel? Yeah, who cares? I'm not saying that the YouTuber himself should put anything on it. I don't know what does that mean?
In comparison to Hezbollah. Yeah.
CNN has learned.
Is it AI? Like, yeah, it's a crazy clip. Hasan had sex with a prostitute and financially supported a brothel that was later raided for human trafficking. One streamer Dan Clancey particularly enjoys supported a brutally exploitative brothel that was raided by authorities for human trafficking. Holy shit. What is this? Oh, God. Dan Clancey enjoys watching rape-denying streamer and brothel patron Hasan Piker. This is so nuclear, dude. Holy shit. Hasan physically recoils at the idea of the 710 rapes being real. Make sure you watch chat messages while they scroll by.
But let's take a step back. October 7, 1,200 people were massacred. Many young people who were simply attending a music festival. Women were horribly raped. As I said then, I say today, Israel has a right to defend itself. We would. And how it does so matters. Far too many
Jesus Christ.
Innocent Palestinians have been killed.
Fuck you, Kamala.
As I said,
the fuck is wrong with you, Kamala? Okay, I'm not gonna vote for you.
Then I.
Let me be clear. Then I'm not voting for you. Oh my God, bro. Jesus Christ. Dude, that's nuts. Hasan says thumbs up to raping rich women.
They were
At least Patrick Henry College is like doing one good thing, which is that like if you have these fucking millionaire, billionaire, wasp fail sons, at least taking them out of other colleges so they can only do date rape to other billionaire, millionaire fail daughters is like, in some respects, you know, from a utilitarian perspective, of course, a little bit better. You know what I mean? Like taking these guys,
all right, he's clearly joking,
and
right?
putting them in a pen with one another is ultimately getting them away from the broader society.
Wait.
One good thing, which is that like if you have these fucking millionaire, billionaire, wasp fail sons, at least taking them.
Does he know he's rich? Does he have any idea that he's like a multimillionaire? That's the part that gets me here. Like, it's obviously a stupid joke, but like, Hasan tells us the benefits of raping rich white women. He himself lives in a multi-million-dollar mansion in Hollywood. No punishments or bans were handed out by Twitch. Again, though, this is the type of thing that like Hasan doesn't get moderated for, but everybody else would have. Dan wishing Hasan a happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
What the fuck?
Happy birthday to you.
Bro, we're never beating the Hasan runs Twitch allegations after this. This is crazy. Oh my God. Like the most rabid Redditors just clip this and they're going to be like,
and then there's all the Hasan stuff with live stream fails, begging for them to take down clips. Hasan is the most extremist far-left individual misinfo spreader in the USA. Hasan has been labeled by the independent org as a frequently spreading of misinformation, giving unfair select propaganda, and otherwise being among the most prominent far-left misinformation spreaders tracked. Hasan calling for violence. Can I play this? All right, this is like the oldest clip I've ever seen. Jesus.
Hurt poor people that they can afford housing in Berkeley. I don't know how that works.
My understanding is that the property owners who have properties.
Is that fucking Dan?
It's hurt poor people that they can.
Wait, is that Dan?
They can afford housing in Berkeley. I don't know how that works.
My understanding is that the property owners who have properties there choose just not to rent it at all.
Yeah, kill them. Kill those motherfuckers in a video game. Sorry. Holy shit. Murder those motherfuckers in the street. Let the streets soak in their fucking red capitalist bloods, dude. Oh my God, in a video game, of course. Holy shit.
Did the rapes happen? Even if they did, Hasan doesn't care. Hasan slips up and leaves the door open that the rapes might have happened. But if they did happen, it doesn't matter.
Emancipation, a right to live fucking free lives, free from this occupation. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen on October 7. Like, that doesn't change the dynamic for me even this much. So.
Holy shit, dude.
Holy that's the other part of this problem.
What is his chat saying to that?
That many people can't contend with.
Exactly. Yes.
The Palestinian resistance is not perfect. They're not like so good. They have magical bullets, and there's no criminal elements that could have.
Yeah, but maybe they shouldn't rape civilians at a concert. I mean, I feel like that's a fair criticism. Hey, you ought not rape civilians. Look, all right, the Palestinian resistance is not perfect, man. Oh, sick, dude. Awesome. All right, that's enough of that. Let's hear it, Ethan.
Just like the Houthi spike tweet when everyone rushed in to tell me I'm fake and I'm like a piece of shit and I hate Arabs.
We're going to probably hear all those clips again.
And the reason I say that, before I even watch these clips, is like, okay, the UN is often cited source by pro-Palestinian activists and all the rebucation of Israel. Well, here is a UN report, Sexual Violence and Conflict, Office of the Special Representation of the Secretary General. They did a mission report on October 7th, sexual violence. And I'll go down, I'll spare you guys this long document and read the conclusion, which is succinct and to the point. Conclusion. Overall, based on the totality of information gathered from multiple and independent sources at the different locations, there are reasonable grounds to believe that conflict-related sexual violence occurred at several locations across Gaza periphery, including in the form of rape, gang rape, during the 7th of October attacks.
All right, we got it. Let's hear what he had to say.
There were 7 rapes. Let's see.
Yeah, we just saw this one.
October 7, 1,200 people were massacred. Many young people who were simply attending a music
Get out of the way of the chat, Ethan. Jesus, the chat's important.
Women were horribly raped.
Now, when she says women were horribly raped, you'll notice Hasan bows his head with a giggle. He's smart enough not to out.
He's literally laughing at raped women. This is insane. This is psychotic. Hold on, let me just zoom in here. Look at this shit, dude.
All right, say their line. When she says women were horribly raped, you'll notice Hasan.
Women were horribly raped. As I.
Dude, he just starts giggling at women were horribly raped. Holy shit, I didn't even catch that.
When she says women were horribly raped, you'll notice Hasan bows his head with a giggle. He's smart enough not to outright say they're lying, but he's signaling to his audience quite clearly, I'll say, this is not a dog whistle, it's a dog shout, that he doesn't believe them. And it's echoed in the chat. I mean, you can all see, and I'll show you guys, that the chat turns into a frenzy of calling her a Zionist and a liar. These are leftists. These are people who support. Say they're lying.
Festival.
Objectively true.
Many young people who were simply attending a music festival.
Objectively true.
Women were horribly raped.
Jesus Christ.
Now, when she says women were horribly raped,
that was literally Hasan, dude. Hasan was literally rearing to go.
Bows his head.
He was evil.
He's smart enough not to outright say they're lying, but he's signaling to his audience quite clearly, I'll say, this is not a dog whistle, it's a dog shout, that he doesn't believe them. And it's echoed in the chat. I mean, you can all see, and I'll show you guys, that the chat turns into a frenzy of calling her a Zionist and a liar. These are leftists. These are people who support women. Blows my fucking mind.
No, they're people who regurgitate Hasan Piker, who is like one of the leading voices in women did not get raped during fucking. Like, it's, I don't know, bro. It's crazy.
It's a total farce.
Raped. As I said then, I say today, Israel had.
What's funny about that, Hasan?
Yeah, Hasan. What's funny about that?
You know,
you don't even have a UFC intro for your laugh.
I think his audience is getting from that.
Rightly raped. As I said then, I say.
Like, did she really go there? Yeah, it happened, bro. Sorry. Let's go ahead and read the comments. Maybe I'm misinterpreting.
Today, Israel.
Let me zoom in so you can read this.
Israel has a right to defend itself. We would. And how it does so matters.
And once again, I don't even think her statement, like, I think she's doing a pretty good job. She says they have a right to defend themselves, as all countries do. But how they defend themselves matters. That's true.
Dude, we have the right to defend ourselves, bro. Listen, they have the right to fucking defend themselves. And if that means that a few innocent women get fucking okay, I can't even joke about this. I'm gonna get banned. I'm gonna get fucking banned. But I mean, like, because I'm not Hasan Piker. All right, that's the only reason, dude.
Right? We all agree. I think even a lot of people who are critical of Israel would say they had a right to defend themselves up to a point. But then it became, you know.
Yeah, but you don't have the right to defend yourself with a penis against like a fucking civilian woman. Okay.
This horrible humanitarian crisis with mass murder, right? And so at what point? Where is that point, right?
Like, dude, where's this? Like, Hasan was talking about the woman who got fucking raped or whatever, whose lifeless body was in the truck, right? There's clips of that. Dude, she's probably okay. They were like helping her, man.
But once again, and in recent news, the president put out a warning to Israel saying that if they don't fix the humanitarian crisis happening in Gaza, that they're going to pull embargo. They're going to do embargo on arms. So, like, you know, she's not giving Israel a blank check by any means, you know. And so then they're going to turn on her and call her a Zionist because she said there's rapes on October 7th, which is just factual.
Far too many innocent Palestinians.
Kamal, you dipshit, stop lying. I hate
no fucking way!
Is there a better way to fucking... Gross. Boo. Oh my God, with these fucking lies. We are so cooked. Again with this shit. Goddamn, stop repeating this fucking lie. We're still perpetuating this shit. Fuck you, Kamaga. Ironically, this is MAGA behavior right here, calling these women liars in the face of irrefutable evidence, in my opinion. Overwhelming evidence, let's say. God,
you know what's crazy? I think that there's going to be like a mass exodus of like Hasan chatters in 10 years who are all going to look back on their lives and go like, holy shit, I got fucking radicalized. Like the same way people were kind of dealing with that same situation in 2016 where you had all the iDubbbz's in the world or whatever. You're going to see like they're going to come back over and be like center left or whatever and realize that they were completely psychotic. All the people who are like, Bernie or bust, I'm voting for Trump if we don't vote Bernie into office. Like all those people, all the fucking terrorist supporters, all these people are going to have like a why I left the left moment.
Chat scroll is so weird.
I think 10 years is like a pretty fair estimate that it'll happen. Probably closer to 5. Depending on an election cycle, it could be even sooner.
It goes so fast, but then when I click, it doesn't move. Come on now. Jesus.
That's not ever going to happen. Just wait. I'm sorry. At some point, it's going to be uncool to be this fucking maniacal. Like, this is genuinely fucking insane.
I mean, you guys get the picture. It's easy to go. You can review his chat logs. They're not pretty, and they never are. They're horrible.
Like, once the dam breaks on this Hasan Piker shit, it's going to all come crashing down. People are going to take a hard reflection, like, take a hard look in the mirror and see their reflection and go like, this is fucking crazy. I've defended some fucking crazy positions. I'm not saying they're going to become fucking right wingers and they're going to start, they're going to adopt the trans take and all this shit. But I'm just saying, like, they're going to look at where they are right now and they're going to skirt a little bit closer to center than they are.
Fuck off. No proof. Me when I lie. Once again, these are probably, we support women. We believe women, people. Literally empty vessels of a human being. Justifying genocide. She literally didn't, by the way. She literally said the opposite, that, like, to a point. And then she's criticizes Israel. Making this shit up again. Kamala, stop. This is a lie.
Like, the amount of unchecked misinformation. Like, these people who watch Hasan streams, they don't do any research. They just take what Hasan says. That's why you're seeing these chats. That's why you're seeing, like, Kamala, stop. Oh my God, 10 months. Let's just lie. Fuck, man. Shut the fuck up. Like, all this stuff in the chat. Because these people are just either kids or, like, idiot adults who are just taking every single thing they say at face value. Eventually, those people are going to feel duped and stupid. I'm telling you, like, all it takes is the right social media post to collapse this guy's entire empire.
It's pretty much every.
As soon as it becomes uncool to be seen in Hasan Piker's chat, everyone's gonna just wake up. I'm calling it.
The comment: "Fucking lies, you bitch." Black card revoked. I guess I guess Hasan's audience has that authority. I didn't know that. Weasley, little liar, dude. Hasan meme. So my point is that, like, he's signaling to the audience, and they're very much picking up what he's putting out. You know, and once again, without saying anything, look at the discourse happening. Look at the discourse happening. This is not good. This is not good. Holocaust Harris. Are you kidding me?
Holocaust Harris. Jesus.
Yeah. Sorry, the scrolling is just so bad, but you guys get the point, I think, by now. So that's just one. There's more. There's another one. Can't help but laugh. Oh, where the fuck's the other one?
Oh, he's literally pulling up the Dan site. Okay.
What rape site? I need this new one. That's nice. We love that.
It fell off.
The front. Yeah, we just. Yeah, 4 hours of sleep yesterday and last night. Hey, fucking TikTok filter. Why does his head look tripping me out? Okay, so anyway.
Oh, we haven't seen this one yet.
Good point. Good point.
What rapes did Hezbollah do? Bro, what rapes did fucking Hamas do? What are you talking about?
And I mean, there he kind of said it. He said, somebody brought up Hezbollah rapes, which, again, I don't know anything about that. I haven't heard that. I don't know if that's a thing, if that's an accusation. I don't think I've even ever heard the Israeli government. But Hasan takes the prerogative to pivot into, actually, even Hamas didn't rape anybody. And there it is. Rape denial, calling women who were raped liars. Makes me wonder, what else are they willing to, what other close-held beliefs are they willing to throw in the dump?
No, it's team sports politics. The Palestine side is allowed to do every single thing possible that I've criticized other people for, because that's the side I've taken on this conflict. And I'm going to be hypercritical of every other position because it's my side. This is every single aspect of, like, discourse on social media is, like, side-based now. There's no actual opinions on anything. There's no consistency on takes. It's just my side. You could boil down every controversy from, like, social media influencer drama to, like, Star Wars videos to, like, every single Hasan stream is just political ideology, political lock.
In the pursuit of fulfilling their dogmatic vision of the world. Doesn't seem like a lot.
My morality is team sports.
We're coming up on the end here. Yeah, and one more time. Actually, no, we already did that. I'm going to read a few messages I got that I think were very important and good voices. 19 and 20. Let me read these over real fast. These are ones I shared. Oh, fuck. Wait, oh yeah, they're in here. Sorry. That's not coming. Fuck. How did I? Shit. Okay, here, down. All right. Almost made it through. Okay, we got this, guys. We got this. Once again, I felt like I was battling this war by myself, and literally nobody was backing me up. And it does feel like that sometimes as a Jewish person. And again, with all this conflation between Zionism and anti-Semitism, like, imagine being a Jewish student on one of these campuses that's just trying to mind their own business and has, like, a Star David necklace. They're hiding their necklaces, man. Jews do not feel safe because people don't know the fucking difference. And who qualifies somebody to make that distinction? Who has the authority among us to decide who's the good Jew and who's the bad Jew? You know what I mean?
Hasan Piker, dude.
Is it the activists? I've seen videos of them at the encampment on these colleges, and then people are trying to come in and they go, "Are you a Zionist?"
You walk into the new fraternities and stuff, and they're just like, they line up all the Jews against the wall, and then they walk them in a room one at a time, and then they do a thumbs up or a thumbs down. That's how it's decided.
Well, what do you mean by that? You know, so this person.
That's how we decide. All right. The Oracle must decide your fate.
Who's the good Jew and who's the bad Jew based on?
Yeah, it's like otherwise they get ejected from the Among Us ship. Exactly.
This nebulous statement that means 1,000 different things to 1,000 different people without clarifying what that means. I mean, it's bleeding right into anti-Semitism. It is. And the thing is that they're fully convinced themselves that they're not anti-Semitic. And that's why making this conversation is so fucking difficult.
I can't imagine what it's like being on a college campus right now. I know every year, like, people say the same thing, but, like, this is fucking scary shit with all the protests and stuff. Dude, could you imagine being at a Free Palestine meeting with, like, 50 white guys? Like, not one single person of color within the entire campus. Just 50 white guys standing outside saying, like, fucking LSU for fucking...
Well, it's because the Zionism excuse is perfect cover. It's perfect cover. It really is. All right, let me read this comment. We're almost done, I promise. Has this been going longer than I thought? I don't know how long we've been going.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
We're at 2 hours.
Oh, shit. It's 2 hours of me just doing this?
No, total.
Okay.
So, started.
I'm almost done.
1.5 hours.
I saw finally some messages of support that made me feel like not totally alone, and I was so grateful of people who were coming and speaking out. And I just said, I want to thank you guys for your support this morning. It genuinely feels sometimes I'm totally alone, constantly being gaslit by my own fans. And I shouldn't care about rising anti-Semitism. It's not real. It doesn't matter. You know, funny how anti-Zionists are so quick to explain how Zionism is Judaism. When I complain about anti-Semitism, they say, but what about Israel, etc. Whatever. I've already said that point 1,000 times. So then there's one more here. Download. Thank you. We love it. Thank you so much. This was a statement from a Jewish individual who left a comment on...
Jesus, let's pull this up. It's a big guy.
Subreddit, which I'll read for you here. Being a Jew has been harder than I've ever experienced this year. Not just in this community, but in general. I've lost lifelong friends simply because I'm Jewish. If you think that's a joke, it's not. My brother's best friend. My brother's like mega liberal. Like he's like what he wouldn't concede is that he didn't want to destroy Israel. And one of his lifelong friends literally stopped talking to him and called him Zionist, genocide support and stuff. My brother. This shit is happening to every Jew across the country. And I encourage you, part of the propaganda that is really fucked is this notion that like the majority of Jews are anti-Zionist and don't care about it at all. And therefore, that's why you're not anti-Semitic. I encourage you guys to talk to your Jewish friends, to talk to the Jewish people close to you, and ask them. Because 90% of Jews in America, by the definition of most of these activists, would probably fall in.
I don't know. Usually I'd be kind of critical of just going into this whole fucking spiel. But, like, in this case, this is kind of the entire point. Right? Like, if this was any other circumstance, I'd probably just zoom right past this and ignore it. But, I mean, this is literally, like... Thousands of Hasan fans are like spamming Ethan's Reddit and spamming him on social media about like calling him a fucking Zionist. Like, it's insane. I'm sorry. Like, I'm going to let it play out.
Under the label of Zionists. And they see people wishing them death all the time. Social media.
Why is religion so gay? Well, you could be like Asmongold and go on r/atheism and be an enjoyer.
In real life, I have a friend who lives in
Ethan's Jewish. He's allowed to do this. He's mogging. Yeah, I mean, like, this is literally like the most reasonable time to do something like this. Yeah.
Silver Lake or somewhere. And there's like, you know, constant, there's like a static protest there of just like death to Zionists and all this kinds of stuff. And he's walking outside his door, walking through that.
It's like, oh, dude, you're fucking, oh, you're pulling the card, right? Yeah, but he's pulling the card on somebody who's platforming fucking terrorists and defending fucking terrorists who have like, who hang flags and say like death to all Jews. So like, yeah, I mean, this is kind of fair.
Every day. You doesn't feel, you know, you feel some type of way. I would like to break through that stigma.
Dude, the two biggest atheists I know are Dark Viper AU and Asmongold. So do with that what you will. The grass is not always greener on the other side.
Genuinely ask the Jewish people in your life how they're feeling about what's happening and listen to them. And I don't think it's going to line up with what people like Hasan are telling you. I've lost lifelong friends simply because I'm Jewish. Ethan, I hope you guys know that there are so many people who love and support you and who look up to both of you for standing up to the insane amount of anti-Semitism we're all facing. Dude, my throat is so fucked. Can I get some throat goat?
What?
All right.
God damn it. Ugh. I'm hot. Hold on, let me take my hoodie off. I'm
Throated. Jesus.
full throat. Yeah, 3. Open up, Sonny.
Okay. How you?
It might actually. I think it's helping, Dan. Community, but in general, I've lost lifelong friends simply because I'm Jewish. Ethan, I hope you guys know that there's so many people who love and support you and who look up to both.
Let's see what his closing statements are.
Quote unquote, to ask this. I'm Israeli, born and raised. Grew up secular Jewish, quickly became atheist, left wing, very active activist. Always have been from a very young age. I must say, ever since I started seeing the shit that Ethan and Eli are enduring, I asked myself, is there even room for us in the left wing conversation? Israelis who want peace, who act for peace, who dedicated their lives to the cause of ending the conflict. Does anyone in the left care about these people? Clearly not. Seeing what American Jews who don't even have any association with Israel, with the conflict, have to deal with. Like, I get the fuck Israel sentiment.
Like, dude, look at this shit. All right, we're gonna go in Reddit chat. Look at this. Dude, Ethan is unable to take criticism. My God. Dude, imagine. I can't believe the Hasan Piker fans have been fucking turned into average criticism enjoyers after this guy has literally dodged every form of criticism for like years. That's crazy, dude. Holy shit. This is actually vile, embarrassing trash. My wife is an American citizen. I'm not worried about her. 80% of Israelis are born there and have literally nowhere to go. You better figure that out if you actually want peace instead of telling them to just go somewhere else. My take is we should literally let the man shadow box and forget about him. Holy, they're just trying. Dude, they don't realize that like Ethan's bigger than Destiny. They can't just use the same gay tactic to hide. He should just leave it alone and ban his name in chat like he's done with every other conflict in his career. Dude, bigger and bigger people are starting to see this guy's a fucking fraud. Felix never said that Israelis must/should leave the land. He is straight up lying. Is that the terrorist? Are they calling, is his name Felix? Who's Felix? Ethan at his core will always be a reactionary. Oh God, the dreaded R word. There it is. Holy shit. It's exactly what he did with EFAP. Yeah, he's unhealthily obsessed now. He feels some kind of betrayal when Hasan did literally nothing. No, he cultivated you disgusting wastes of life. Dude, honestly, I think Hasan Piker Redditors are just an inferior culture to us. Oh, XQC is Felix. My bad. Wait, no, isn't it? Wait, is XQC really Felix? Wait, why did I read that? Felix is both PewDiePie and XQC. All right, you guys are lying to me. It's his brother. I don't know. Meanwhile, Palestinians are literally being ethnically cleansed outside of their home as we speak. Dude, holy shit. You can't just engage with the content for like 30 seconds without virtue signaling about the fucking cause. It's actually fucking laughable. It is laughable that you're fucking pivoting to that. Weren't they referring to illegally occupied Palestinian land, or am I mistaken? Felix is referring to the fact that the Kleins own a house and live in LA, as if, what the fuck, where would she go? Right where she is. They're not making an argument for anything, just saying Ethan is being dumb. Felix Beardman? Okay, I don't care who Felix is, to be honest. I think the cognitive dissonance of Zionism committing a Holocaust on Palestine has broken his brain since his once good friend would not take his side on it. I always knew that Ethan as a shitty edgelord grifter. Dude, Ethan is so back that they're calling him the same shit that he was calling all of us. That's how back he is. He's literally just getting boxed into shitty edgelord grifter. That's how you know, dude, is that he's literally just getting locked in the cage with everybody else who doesn't like Hasan Piker. Had a disdain for his fan base for being tricked by his leftist persona. What the fuck? I had never watched Hasan until the North Star video. Only interested because H3's downfall has been entertaining for me for months. Bro, there are 2 people who think Ethan's on a down spiral or whatever right now. King of Nothing and like the one collective Hasan Piker hive mind audience. Those are the only 2 people who think that Ethan is on a downswing right now. The way that Ethan is treating Hasan is disgusting. It confirms everything I already felt about him. Now that I've watched a little bit of Hasan and seen his views on the parasocial aspect of Ethan's fan base, it just makes it unbearably sad to me how respectful he's always been about it, despite Ethan being more and more unhinged. It's like insane gaslighting. I'm pretty sure like this whole subreddit. Keep in mind, Hasan begs other subreddits to remove posts about him, like LSF. But like, dude, I know people are tired of Ethan posting, but this one is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. The fact that he understands the trauma of genocide and pain that is passed on through genocide survivors and sees active genocides happening and still goes and boosts this is really disgusting. Yeah. What is this? This is why this heroic little girl is remembered. In spite of everything, I still believe these people are really good at heart and frank. Jesus. If Ethan ever sees this... Wait, let me see. I'm sorry that the people actively surviving this genocide aren't behaving how you want them to. Literally trying to find the perfect victim.
Who is
Bro, you are watching a fucking rape denier.
Put Hasan right next to Alex Jones in terms of politically
Yes.
extreme
Yes, I
ideology.
do. Yes,
And
I
Hasan
do.
was inhaling copium on stream denying it.
It's so fucking
Yeah,
true, though.
I see the comparison
Yeah,
now.
I get it. You're 100% right. But dude, I can't believe this. I can't fucking believe. I gotta zoom in closer just so you can see it better, dude. Literally trying to find the perfect victim while you watch a fucking rape denier with a chat full of rape deniers. The perfect victim? You guys are pretending they're all lying. Dude, this is like dude, it's a late night rapist lying spree, dude. If Ethan ever sees this post because he trolls this sub for critics of him, from one person who've had their ancestors wiped out in a genocide to another, it's not right. This is not correct. It makes me really sad. It makes me sad someone who purported to believe in the same things I do, Palestinian liberation, has such a lack of self-awareness. Dude, every post is this schizophrenic. It's just, you can just mine them for content. Let's be done. I think Hasan made great points today on his stream. This is a post to ask people to stop posting about Ethan. Can we please... Dude, this is another post of people asking to stop talking about Ethan. Holy shit. A Twitch streamer after saying Palestinians have inferior culture. I am not a white supremacist. I guess that was an Asmongold one. What is this? On a certain Debate Bro subreddit has been targeting users with private chat messages. Jesus. I don't want Israel to be destroyed. I want the end of genocide. I don't want equal Palestinians.
Did I not ask you nice enough?
I don't respect you.
Oh, I actually thought this was a regular post. It's another Ethan one. Why do American liberals like Ethan view a one-state solution and the dismantling of an apartheid as such a threat? I simply don't understand why these people are going to be supporters of ethnic diversity. Dude, I can't even say it because they're going to ban me. Can you explain why this is such an so impossible to get through to American Zionists and why they're so committed to ignoring their morals and lived experiences? Dude, all right, how do I say this in the nicest possible way? Okay. This war has been going on since before I was born, and it's going to be going on for a long period of time. Neither side is going to be satisfied sharing land. And
What
it's
is Bunty King to you?
and this
Person?
conflict
Who is Bunty
is
King?
probably going to outlive me if I had to guess. That's probably a one-state solution is going to lead to a lot of deaths. So that's why I'm typically not into the I don't know.
Did I not ask you?
Is that the nicest way I can say that? Again, I'm not. I probably shouldn't even be discussing this on stream because let's be honest, I have no fucking idea what I'm talking about. But from the little that I do, I have a feeling that like a one-state solution just means that like a lot of fucking people are gonna die. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, I'm sorry if that's completely out of pocket. I'll admit that I'm not super read up on everything, obviously, but. Just thoughts. Hello, I'm new to the subreddit, but listening to Hasan mention Ethan Klein's audience being progressive is something that made me want to write here. I don't know if Hasan will read it, but I'm sure other Fallen H3 fans here will understand.
I don't respect you.
Dude, do you remember when the Fallen...
Oh no! What am I gonna do?
Do you remember when Fallen H3 fans were racist? Well, now they are, but they just hate Jews now. Wait, actually... Dude, the Fallen H3 fans in the Hasan Piker Reddit would love to meet the Fallen H3 fans from fucking 2016. They would get along so well. They don't even know it. Oh, fuck. Dude, they would love to meet each other. I was a fan of Ethan for a decade now. I started when he was uploading his .exe videos. I followed Ethan through years, and the podcast star I absolutely loved it. I was all for it, but then an event happened that I'm sure the fallen H3 fans would understand. Jordan Peterson. Dude, this is like reading the bizarro version of why people quit Ethan's content. Because I
What is
guarantee...
Bunty King to you?
A person?
Who is Bunty King?
Nicholas DeOrio.
Because if you said like PewDiePie or Bill Burr or something, like that's something that people would expect, right? Jordan Peterson was your jumping off point. And was it like deleting the Jordan Peterson episodes? Because I know some people got mad about that. I remember the day this podcast was uploaded, and I remember being like, what the frick, dude? What is Ethan doing? Oh, dude, let's fucking... I got this, bro. I got this. I'm forgetting an important piece to the puzzle. Where is here? Not that one. Give me, yeah, there we go. I remember the day this podcast episode was uploaded, and I remember being like, what the fuck is Ethan doing? Where was it? Yeah. It made me take a break. I realized that as more stuff came out, I just didn't agree with him anymore. And then he had what seemed like a genuine change of heart and came back stronger. He cultivated a massive queer, autistic, liberal, leftist audience. October 7th was truly when the dissidents began. Dude, it's crazy. I'm like reading about like the war from the perspective of the losers right now, right? Like, I am the exact opposite of everything that's being said here. Literally after the fucking October 7th meltdown between like Hasan and Ethan, his content literally only got better. And this person is the exact opposite. They're just like, literally, dude, the worst part of October 7th is we lost Ethan Klein. That's unironically probably their position. They're probably the most upset, other than, you know, like the rapes that occurred on like civilian women, right? They're probably more upset that they lost Ethan Klein to the alt-right. Holy shit, dude. Hasan couldn't be any more right when he said that H3 fans had to actively not think about his views. If I could just push that from my mind, it was fine. It was funny, I could enjoy it, but it was always there in the back of my mind. Then it kept getting worse. Ethan truly lost me the day that they mocked Aaron Bushnell. He was really good at dying. It was so fucking disrespectful and ignorant that I remember feeling nauseous. This content creator that I once really enjoyed and I wanted to support and hear his opinions was suddenly so opposite of what I fundamentally believed that I continued watching what I felt like was willingly chewing glass. So here I am, and Ethan would say I'm just a snarker, or God forbid, one of Hasan's anti-Semitic thralls. He refuses to listen to anyone who doesn't explicitly agree with him, and as a fan who saw him having a genuine change of heart and was really holding out hope for this one, I just don't think Ethan is there yet. Anyways, this was super long, but Hasan talking about this felt pretty vindicating, and like someone understands what it's like to be a longtime H3 fan and have to come to terms with him being a Zionist. Peace and love to all my other fallen fans. I see you, girlies. Oh, dude, Sad Sandshrew just dropped fucking bars. This is crazy. It's like Bizarro World. I'm with you, fam. I was an Ethan fan since their first podcast episode. Unfortunately, right now, he's in a bubble. He doesn't seem to be able to take criticism well. Dude, you're a Hasan Piker fan. You're a fucking Hasan Piker fan. Who the fuck are you, bro? Who the fuck are you? That's crazy. That's insane. They just found Ethan's Jewish. That's so funny, dude. They just figured it out. Oh, God. Hamas leader Yavah Sinwar was killed in Gaza. Serious. Surely this is going to be... Well, with the mastermind down, surely the bombing will stop. PSA, if you oppose... Wait, why is this deleted? Comment removed by moderator. Uh-oh. What's happening in here? Damn, H3 is really firing back. That's the first funny Reddit post. That's actually a good joke. That's actually fucking hilarious. I'm sorry. H3 fan account speaks out. Oh, good. Here we go, dude. I don't watch Hasan. I've been watching H3 back since he was living in Israel and collaborating with Filthy Frank. The other day I saw footage of the latest hospital bombing online, children being burned alive while hooked up to IVs. And that same day, Ethan was posting Instagram stories about this Houthi kid. No mention of the bombing, no mention of anything except for his own emotions. It made me sad to see this is where he's at now. I'm here because he's silencing criticism from his own audience on today's podcast episode. Some of us aren't Hasan fans. We just have eyes and can see the genocides that are happening. We could see Ethan's too wrapped up in his own world, his own Jew world, where he's doing Jew things. To say anything substantial about it. Every time he's mentioned the genocide, it's in the past. Couple of months he's called it a tragedy or disaster, like a tornado hit there with no mention of Israel at all. Locked posts. Comments cannot be posted. It's either that or he'll say, I donated 14K. What have you done? And that's just so sad. It's supposed to be the best he can do. Incredible. Please link. Also, this is one of the best fan accounts. I love his long videos. I'm sick of listening to this insanely privileged man. Bro. I'm sick of listening to this insanely privileged man bitch and moan about how he feels when people are being murdered in mass every day. I genuinely think that Hasan has convinced everybody he's not a multimillionaire. I legitimately think that, like, they just don't know. They have no idea. Dear Hasan viewers, a letter from an Asmon Gold viewer. So there is a few Asmon things here. Jesus. Anna Kasparian. Let's sort by new. Let's see what they're posting in real time. Obviously don't fuck with any of these people. Redditors be crazy. Oh my god, 9 minutes ago. People have very black and white perspectives on the issue. Palestine good, Israel bad. That's the extent of amount of thought most people have. When someone like Ethan shows an ounce of sympathy for Israel, him having lived there and his wife being born there, he's just automatically made into the enemy. No consideration for the fact that Ethan doesn't support Israel, the IDF, or its oppression government. He just wants the war to end, so innocents stop dying on both sides. Patiently waiting for my ban because I went against the grain. Thank you for saying this downvote. Jesus. I love denying rape. Okay. I don't know where this cat. I don't know where this came from. All right. It's not me. Get the fuck out. That person is... This person's from DGG, right? Okay. All right. They're from Fortnite. They're from the Fortnite community. All right. Just leave that guy alone. Okay. That's a Fortniter. Okay, that's not me. That's not us. We're not doing that. Okay. Jesus.
What is Bunty King to you?
A person?
Who is Bunty King?
Nicholas DeOrio.
54 minutes ago. Mr. Hasan, rape denial is disgusting. Denied the IDF commits systemic rape. Plus 10. What's this?
Huge claim. 15 Palestinian women were raped.
Mm-hmm.
I was sexually abused in photographs, she said. But, like, what? I don't know what this is. What is this?
What do you mean?
Is this a source?
You're asking if it's credible.
Yeah. Yes, CARE is credible. I think, at least.
What is
CARE is
There's no source. There's, like, nothing here. Like, shit.
Okay, but the difference is that Hasan was literally talking shit about the woman who's being, like, the lifeless corpse of the woman who was, like, fucking raped and murdered by the Palestinian people.
I mean, that's a pretty extraordinary claim. I mean, fuck. Like it's serious to say that the Israeli apparatus is using rape systemically.
Insanely hurtful thing to say about any woman ever.
Didn't she go to Cutie Cinderella now?
It's a very humiliating.
All right, I can't keep hitting the fucking thing, dude. Aiden just got banned from chat. Jesus.
humiliating experience.
Aiden
to
came
go
in on
through
an alt and got banned. So whoever gave me $50, your dono is well spent.
something like that, and for anyone to assume that like someone claiming being a victim or surviving something is them like wanting to boost their ego is so incredibly wrong and uninformed that like you 1,000,000%
Wait, I'm so
should not be making
confused.
content about this because you're teaching young men who don't know anything about this, and then you're telling young women
Using rape.
So does Hasan just not say anything? It's crazy to see now because every time I open Twitter, it's discussing pictures of IDF men braggingly posing with Palestinian women's bras, underwear, and bro, where are you looking, dude? What are you talking about? What algorithm are you in? Every time you open Twitter, it's fucking IDF men posing with panties of fucking killed Palestinian women. That feels like it's spliced. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to look at the clip. I need the source of that. Hasan's final response to Ethan Klein.
I think people don't understand that if most selfish American exceptionalist garbanzo nonsense I have ever had to encounter
5 hours ago. So this is today.
Is so deep. The well is so deep for American insanity. Okay? How does this center my feelings? And it's not even your personal feelings. It's not even your personal feelings. It's the feelings of another person that you're coming in here to continue this conversation on. I'm done. The reason why I don't cover this stuff is because I don't think it's productive, number one. I think it's for a lot of people who simply care about the drama of it all.
It's because you look bad.
Not necessarily about the real impact.
No, it's because you look bad.
I think it's a great disservice to the people that I have met, both online and people that I've had here in person. Like, your expectation from me is to sit back and talk about, like, just endless, selfish, self-centered drama. Like, how can I make the about me is what it feels like.
What is Bunty King to
Turkey
you?
Tom has a bad haircut.
Who is Bunty King?
Nicholas DeOrio?
Oh, I cut a little too much off.
It feels hollow. It feels like it's a disservice. And I get kind of grossed out when I see my own chatters coming in here to try and...
Hey, who the fuck you calling Pinhead, bro? I play hella pinball.
consistently repeat...
Hasan looks like Mr. Beast on it.
These talking points.
Dude, you remember the fucking clip of Hasan with talking about me? Is that gonna still pop up? It used to. Maybe if I type in Bo Blacks. He like got really offended that I said he oozes estrogen, but I don't know if it's... I think the clip channel that had it took it down. Yeah. There used to be a clip. I have it somewhere.
Okay? You did it. You got it. You successfully got me to talk about this, and my patience is running thin on this matter.
Dude, he just runs from every conflict. He's such a fucking rat.
The endless selfishness.
He just wants to be in a fucking bubble where he can just sit there and like have Dan Clancey wish him a happy birthday and fucking lie and just spread wild misinformation and just collect money and throw it all into his gigantic fucking mansion.
The untapped well of America.
And then his fucking audience thinks he's poor. It's crazy, dude.
American selfishness and American individualism is in full display. It comes across as like a good faith effort, but I don't think any of you genuinely want to hear a good faith perspective. It's so stupid. This is straight up some Keemstar level bullshit. These are deeply unserious people. Yes, it sucks. How are you doing mentally? I'm doing fine. I was doing fine until I went live and saw this like barrage of idiotic statements. Like, one thing that I did.
Dude, you know what the real genocide was? It was all of Ethan's fans getting banned from Hasan's chat.
I'd see from all the drama that like immediately zapped my brain was Ethan.
No, it's not drama. You're a fucking scumbag.
Using a clip from a Bonercelli fan account in his takedown. Okay? Like, that's crazy.
Wait, I'm so confused. So you vet every one of your clips that you show on your stream. You've never used like a clip from Forbidden Creator before?
Man, how far down
You're the most charitable content creator in the world?
rabbit hole are you that you're doing that? Look, people have time and time again come after me for a litany of different idiotic things, right? And I think only time causes people to look at this stuff with a different. Only time causes people to like truly comprehend what I'm about. I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing, and I'll just.
I forgot I can't throw you guys on Adderall speed.
And where I'm coming from, and I think his own community is still very much upset at him, and I don't think that like it's something.
Dude, Ethan should burn all of those viewers. Just get rid of them. They're a complete waste. They're gonna leave anyway. There's no reason to like placate to those people. If any single person is calling him a fucking like a Zionist after that stream and boosting Hasan, he should just do a fucking Discord purge. Wipe him completely out of the members' chats. Get rid of him.
That I don't think that he understands, like, not every single person that's upset at him is like a fan of mine. I was live yesterday, I wasn't talking about this shit, and I saw some of the comments before they disabled the comments. Like, I saw people with the screenshots of comments, all the top comments are like, dude, what are you doing? Like, it's just like, what do you want me to do? Bad faith generalizations off of like short clips that are completely antithetical to my worldview, like completely against everything that I stand for. Get the fuck out of here for years and years and years. Listen, if you were white, this conversation wouldn't happen. I am white, just not white enough for some on this issue. Every other issue that I talk about, I don't get hit on like this. This is the one issue. That's why I said yesterday, like, I urge Ethan to talk to Sam Cedar, okay? There are very thoughtful, very kind, very...
Isn't the Sam Cedar guy kind of a scumbag now? I've heard bad shit about him.
Understanding, and much less, how do I say this, that he could talk to, I think, develop a different understanding of these matters. I don't think that I will be able to reach him, but maybe they...
Yeah, because you fucking make videos watching terrorists take over boats, and you're like, dude, this is sick, look at this.
Good, that's it. Like, because the reason why I bring up Sam Cedar is because, well, not only is he my uncle, okay, my real uncle, and not my fake uncle like Jank, but also because I think he is an incredibly thoughtful person that will broach the subject with a lot more charitability than someone like Felix will. You know what I mean? I just don't think that I can, I'm gonna be honest, like, I just don't think that I can, like, penetrate the heart.
Oh no! What am I gonna do?
He can't penetrate, dude.
Hardened position that he has. Felix Dome got it. I love Felix. He is brilliant. He's hilarious. He is my goat. He is not as tactful as others. You get a little bit more hardened, I think, over time. And, you know, the way that you approach...
I think Hasan should ban Frogan. I think he should apologize for the misinformation he spread. And I think he should shave his head. Then we could talk, you know? I think he should do all of those things.
Subject matter is going to be less tactful. Time will absolve you per tradition. Yeah, but it sure sucks while you're living in it, you know? Not that it matters. I saw something online on my subreddit, actually, that I wanted to point to. Someone did an effort post. I mean, there's a lot of effort posts, right? But this one was really interesting because I think Ethan took a clip from the stream out of context on a show. So I figured it would be a good idea to add context by breaking down the stream with timestamps.
Dude, all of these guys hate LSF, but they love pulling up Reddit. It's crazy. Like, they want LSF to censor posts about them, but they run to their Reddit to find posts about people they hate. That's actually crazy.
Impossible to argue that Hasan is doing anything but standing up for Ethan and telling off his chat in the stream, regardless of what Ethan's unhinged, untrue rant calling for his friend to be banned on Twitch will have you think. Ethan turning off comments on the video when fans disagree with him in the comments is insane. If I did something that was fucked up...
Yeah, he shouldn't have done that. He should have fucking did it. He should have banned every last fucking one of them. I wouldn't have shut down comments, dude. I'd have brought on Smaggle and two of Smaggle's closest friends and wiped them. I would have just completely gone through and just wiped every Hasan fan out of the chat.
What is
By my
Bunty King to
estimations,
you?
I would of course apologize for it. I
Who
have
is
time and
Bunty
time.
King?
LSF is live stream fail. It's a hub Reddit server, not Reddit server, Reddit subreddit where they post tons of clips of streamers, right? So if you see a funny clip or you see like a fucked up clip or you see something that's going to get somebody banned or whatever, they post it to LSF and they have huge threads of like thousands of people commenting on it. And they make sure to archive each individual thing. So like if the post goes down, you can find a streamable link of it. A lot of content that people find, like when you're watching videos from like daily shitter commentators, a lot of them prowl through LSF and just steal clips from there.
Single moment that we're covering this stuff, by the way, is successfully centering the conversation back to like the feelings of people living in the lap of luxury, myself included. I'm selfishly indulging in this and it feels wrong. I'd rather talk about anything else. There are a shit ton of other people. Ethan has been a very famous person online for years and years, developed a lot of people who hate him just like myself, okay? I have a lot of haters that aren't just coming from Boner Chelly's community, okay? I think people don't understand that Ethan's own fan base, because he had a genuine change of mind, which I respect him for, okay, still, to this day, on a lot of these issues, he cultivated a very progressive community, much broader and much different than my community. And those very progressive people, understandably, have a different attitude. I think that that is the main problem here, the main problem here is that...
Nicholas, are you supposed to be a nihilist? No,
What is
dude.
Bunty
There's
King
tons
do?
of life,
Person?
you know? There's tons
Who
of
is Bunty
life.
King?
Like getting $5 super chats from Pyro Train Thing. Thank you so much for your $5. By the way, if you're joining the server, you have if you're joining as a member, you have a new opportunity to be in the Nick DeOrio server. I don't know what we're going to do in there yet, but not nihilism.
I don't think he understands this. I don't think he understands that his like audience actively try to not think about his opinions or the way he presents himself on this issue, because the reality of the matter is, like, I still believe and hope that he is considerate. I don't know where he's at on the matter.
What is happening right now? Who's Boner Cell? Why are you guys all asking about Boner Cell?
But
You realize Sam Cedar is in fact not his uncle, right? Oh no, Sam Cedar is definitely not his uncle.
Considering that he consistently pulls up like random people on Twitter, I think that's his way of saying, like, my opinion on the issue is known by everyone, but every single time, even the conversations, like, look back at the conversations that we had in the early steps, okay, in the early stages of October, the conversation that we had on my stream. Go back and watch the conversation with today's eyes. My position on none of this.
Dude, after those conversations, you fucking platform terrorist, you psychopath. Dude, look back at those conversations, bro. We had totally amicable conversations. Yes, and then for the next year, you went on to spread misinformation, deny rape, laugh at the possibility of rape while you boost your chat of people saying they're not going to vote for Kamala Harris because you implanted the idea that they didn't get raped on fucking October 7th. And then you fucking sat there and watched videos where you fucking cheered on people hijacking boats with fucking civilians they still apparently don't even know where they are.
Changed, okay? And since then, a lot more people have become more cognizant, become more understanding of the situation on the ground. Okay, I've had all of this. I've had this whole thing. I've had this entire conversation now at this point, and all he will see are things that are clip chimped with the most negative framing possible, and it will continue this endless spiral of drama. Okay, let me see if I can find it. Something I said back then that got also clipped out of context is still very prescient. Okay, there was a part in this conversation that was clipped where I was like, look, I can't control how people feel about the way that you present yourself on this issue. If you recall at the time, people clipped out of the context to be like, oh, I can't control my own community. He's saying, oh, I can't control his own community, when he's like demanded other people control their community. What I was saying in that situation is, I have done everything I can to
listen, Jew. I can't control how you feel about it, Jew.
control my community. I have regularly, with regular frequency, yelled at them, okay? At this point, this was all the way back. This was on November 9th. If the overwhelming majority of the points that you have communicated in the past 12 months pertain to how you feel and how you feel like you are the real victim of this situation, then yes, people are going to inevitably not have charitability for you, especially 12 months into it. And it's not my audience. It's not just my audience, rather. It's a much broader audience that you've cultivated of progressive people. That's it.
Ban them all. Fucking get him out of there, dude.
Comes across as hollow and very self-centered, and I don't know what else to say about it. There is a much higher purpose here. Okay, it's hard for me to have a serious conversation about this because it comes across as insanely selfish. I don't know how else to talk about this issue. Totally agree with you, but these freaks are gonna just say you're like,
true. They're gonna call you a fucking filthy Zionist. Did you keep acting like a fucking Zionist, dude? Hard Z, bro. God.
His criticism, I don't care, because I think his criticism is wrong. I think like the fact that I entertained it this much is already silly. And here's the reality of the matter: this is it. His own audience feeling this way, and he knows that his own audience feels this way. These are not my fans. Some of them might be. Okay, someone on the crew needs to have an intervention with Ethan. That's a foot soldier. So like he knows that his community.
A foot soldier needs to have an intervention with him, bro. Bro. Ethan, you need to go even further, dude. You just ban them all, dude. Get rid of them. That's it. That's the only way out, dude.
Does not respond.
You should have a call with Keemstar to talk about the Gaza conflict. You might actually learn something in comparison to Hasan. Probably not. Definitely not. But like, I don't know, dude. You instead of talking to a foot soldier,
what is Bunty
you
King
should
do?
call up like
who is Bunty King?
Nicholas DeOrio.
I don't know. You should do frenemies with Keemstar instead and leave this whole politics thing in the gutter.
To this stuff.
Frenemies 2 with Keemstar, chat.
Kindly, and that's it. But yeah, I think that the last thing I'm going to say on this, once again, is I urge Ethan to talk to Sam Cedar about this. Okay?
Dude, we could either have leftovers come back or we could have this.
On the matter, okay?
Would you like this? Holy shit, dude. Ethan definitely wanted Hasan to start by banning Frogan. Ain't no way that's happening. Holy balls, dude. Let's see what's happening here. 45 minutes ago, Harris roast MAGA protesters that crashed her rally. Oh, they're deleting posts. Okay. Hasan needs to go to China to show us. All right. It's sad to say. Politically rotted. Yeah. Oh, I forgot we were still watching this. Is there anything worth watching left here? I want to hear his like closer.
I don't know.
What is Bunty King to you?
A person?
Who is Bunty King?
Here's another one.
Nicholas
This is the last
DeOrio?
one. I'm reading this once again. People are trying to obfuscate that, like, oh, this isn't like a Hasan's community thing. I mean, I don't know how else to convince. It is. It is. I might have to leave Hasan sub. I might get hate for this, but I just want to say that I'm leaving Hasan's community. The struggle between him and Ethan has been hard for me, as I understand it's been for a lot of people. And like I emphasized, I'm grateful that you guys were able to enjoy us both. And again, I'm not asking.
Dude, someone made a whole Reddit post to announce they're leaving Reddit. Oh my god. Dude, this is not a fucking airplane. You don't need to announce your fucking departure. I have to leave Hasan's subreddit.
You pick sides, and there's nothing wrong for you. A continued support of Hasan after this. No judgment on my part.
Ban him. You're fucking. Do not do that. Ban.
In fact, like I said, there's still a road to us becoming friendly down the line. It's possible.
No.
For a long time, I believed to align more with Hasan than Ethan, but I stay with H3 because the show is more than politics. At this point, though, Hasan's followers are honestly so far detached from reality, I can't stay. So many of them are trying to stand for what's right, which is good, but they only see black and white. Nothing in life works like that. There's always gray areas. There's always nuance. Ethan can acknowledge that what Israel's doing is wrong while still acknowledging the pain his people are facing. Hasan's community can't seem to see that. There are two sides, and that the other side are still people, even if they are wrong in their opinions. Well, I don't think, like, I'm not supporting the Israeli government. I can't follow any ideology that blindly. I don't know what the solution for the war is. I'm not a professional in any area that would have any weight in these matters, as I am sure much of Hasan's community is the same. Yes, I have opinions, but I'm always open to hearing others and learning more. I refuse to be part of a community who think their way is the only way and then choose to degrade anyone who doesn't think the same. It's a shame because I've learned so much from watching Hasan, but I can't take the hate anymore. So, I mean, I heard that Hasan Mods implemented a note more Ethan post. I mean, for the past year, since October 7th, his subreddit has been essentially a second snark subreddit, just dedicated to obsessively hating me for everything I do. I don't know if you guys have been there, but so they've enacted a no Ethan a rule, unless it's like directly related to Hasan or something like that.
No Ethan rule. The whole subreddit we just looked at tonight is like all Ethan Klein related content. But obviously it's because it's, that
is probably a good step towards trying to prevent the nonstop onslaught of harassment that I get from his maniacs in his audience. And even
dude, this is so fucking base, dude. Holy shit.
As I type this to you guys now, should I mention the thing that we talked about before the show? Like I feel like I should, but this unrelated to Hasan.
Dude, a second snark subreddit has hit the podcast. Oh god.
What is Bunty King to you?
A person?
Who is Bunty King?
My best.
Wait, does AB ever speak? I've been waiting for fucking 3 hours to hear AB's take. Is this it? Are we gonna fucking see it? What does AB have to say? AB, Nick DeOrio doesn't like black people, Star Killer. What is his take? Is he gonna say his thing? Chat, does anyone know if AB ever talks in this whole podcast?
Thing like I think
people would have blamed us. Probably.
Yeah, seriously. We joked around, like at the beginning of the Johnny Depp thing. Like I think I made a joke like, oh, what if we all just dress?
No, he touched on like 2 points. Is this it? Oh, is this
Frogan? Whenever he said that.
Oh, this is it, dude. This is it. This is it. We've been waiting. We've been fucking waiting, dude. Holy shit. All right, let's get some fucking. Here we go. This is big. Big shit's happening right now.
You want to say something, AB?
Yeah, there's a lot of layers to this, and it's a little tricky for me to navigate. But first and foremost, I don't want to take away from how you're feeling or what you're experiencing, because I know that anti-Semitism is on the rise, and I know that you're definitely a victim of it and a target of it. And I like Hasan as well. And
okay.
And well, Hasan's telling me it's not real. Sorry, I don't want to interrupt you.
No, you're not interrupting me. Well, on that point, you're talking about the clip with Frogan, whenever he said that he said anti-Semitism is a form of bigotry that is not accepted, while Islamophobia is a form of bigotry that is accepted.
Yep.
That's exactly what he said. I think what he was trying to say is that because of stuff like the Holocaust and all the persecution that Jews have gone through, it's known that it's not accepted. Of course, people still do it. It is on the rise. Whereas Islamophobia, it doesn't have like a Holocaust type event, so people aren't as aware. And also, just being closer to 9/11, it's still prevalent.
Based on I hear you. I appreciate your perspective. Obviously, thank you for sharing. And I understand this is probably uncomfortable for you.
Bro, I was not expecting him to jump in and start fucking defending Hasan. All right, I'd fire AB. I would literally fucking fire AB if I just waited fucking 2 hours for him to say that. I'd have fucking fired him. I would have been like, that's your last day. Get out of here. Holy shit, dude. Is there a fucking one Ethan Klein employee with a spine?
And I apologize, dude. It's so unfair that, of all the bullshit that, we all get for this. That being said, obviously, I wish he said a lot more, if that's what he meant, right? Because apparently, I think words matter, especially when you're talking about something as delicate as that, especially when you're talking about your friend who felt victimized by one of your mods, and just blankly defending her. And I mean, it's pretty easy to interpret the way I did. And I have to say, like, based on the premise, just based on my experience in the world, is that, like, I think our generation is, like, deeply traumatized by what happened in Iraq. And people are, like, mega support. I think in general of our woke audience, like, people are mega supportive and aware of Islamophobia and anti-Arab hate just because of what happened. And our generation carries a lot of guilt, right, for what happened. And so I see a lot of people who understand that perspective, right? Like, but what I'm seeing more and more of every single fucking day.
We want AB, dude. Shut up, Ethan. We want AB.
Out in open, blatant.
Shut up, Ethan. Let AB talk.
Just out in the open, blatant.
He's gonna fucking redeem himself, dude.
And so, like, once again, I don't believe that anyone suffering is greater than.
AB waited 3 hours. You're gonna talk over him like this? I'm gonna just zoom right past you. Here we go. Here we go.
I don't want to say too much because I don't want people to take us talking out of context or try to make it something it's not.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, guess what, motherfucker? Guess what we're doing on this show, motherfucker?
Before and after, we remained friends, and me and AB.
What do you think we're doing, little bitch?
We're going to Vegas together. Because Lena is back. Your
big fight.
Woo! But I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Is there something else you want to touch on?
No, that's it. I mean, Hasan will. I'm sure he'll.
Snake in the grass, backstabber of Ethan Klein.
Himself. I'm probably not the best at it. Not the person to do it, anyways.
I appreciate the.
This is definitely not because he called me racist one time 6 years ago. Chat.
The voice
that I just found out about on this stream.
Can I say something to you, Nick?
You know what I mean?
I really like you.
And
I'm sorry, I don't hate AB. I'm just being a dick. To be honest, dude, I've been at this for like fucking 4.5 hours, and I feel like I probably could have gone to sleep after the 2-hour mark. Ugh, Jesus Christ. Okay, I don't think we're gonna get to the next topic. I think we're gonna cover that on the next stream. Holy shit, dude.
Me the opportunity to respond to it too, because like, it's just not what I see and feel. And like to basically say, it's a terrible misspeak if we're going to be generous to him, to say that, whatever. I've talked about it enough.
Boom. Ethan Klein. No comment. No reaction. Hasan's Houthi terrorist friend was banned from Twitter. The Anne Frank comparisons are piling up. Asmongold. Oh, yes, true. The Asmongold situation taught me a lot about content creation. Honestly, myself, this opportunity we have is rare. Not everyone gets a chance. That's why I wanted to take advantage of people dropping Starforge and remind everyone that I do have an affiliate link in bio and link in the description. If you want to buy a brand new Starforge PC who's disavowed Asmongold's recent statements, you can get it right there in the description. Also, Fortnite item shop code if you want to buy McSkillet's McLaren. It is in the item shop today. You should buy it. It'll give me a kickback. We're gonna do Dark Viper probably another day. That's a whole segment and a half, dude. Genocider should be genocided. Genocide walls. Okay, I can't read any of these words out loud. I gotta keep reminding. It's a tweet. I disavow all the things said in it. YouTube. Muda reacting to Hasan's take that the Houthi terrorist he interviewed is like Anne Frank,
right? Sure. Like he is a person whose only experience is like it's literally like talking to fucking Anne Frank, basically.
Bro, you can't make that shit up. Bro, you can't, bro. Bro, we're not comparing the fucking terrorist to fuck. Okay, I'm out of here, dude.
Me too. I'm out of here too. That's great.